On an overcast night here at McKeon Park in Hyannis, the Orleans Firebirds return from an off day for a Thursday night at the home of the Harbor Hawks. We welcome you to the Birds Broadcast Network for game number 14 in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Your Orleans Firebirds taking on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. And hi again, everybody. Gareth Quagg alongside my partner, Carlo Jimenez. Well, after a 3-game winning streak, Orleans is winless in its last 2 games. They fought hard on Tuesday against the best team on the Cape in the Bourne Braves, tying Bourne 2-2 in a pitcher's duel, a game that featured 2 of the best teams on the Cape right now. With only 1 win in 4 road games so far this summer, tonight the Firebirds have a chance to improve that against the worst team right now on the Cape, the 2-11 Hyannis Harbor Hawks. For more on this matchup, let's send it over to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson, for tonight's Early Bird pregame show.
Thanks, guys. Got another edition of the Early Bird pregame show. Once again, Cole Bradley, pretty much a staple on the show at this point. I'm your sideline reporter, Noah Searson. We're coming off the off day. That's right, 2 offs. Playing Hyannis on the road. Cole kind of came off a homestand in which the Firebirds did pretty well. It was a little up and down, but the offense has been firing on all cylinders. Of course, at the end of last week, you had the 3-game stretch where the Firebirds scored 39 runs in just 3 games, absolutely lighting it up. And the whole team has been performing, but it's been guys like Tyler Locklear, second in the league in RBIs. Guys like Rylan Thomas, still leading the league in hitting every single night. He's just impressing even more and more, it seems like. And then, of course, Chase DeLauder, your Cape League Player of the Week last week due to his 4 home runs and many RBIs. And Cole, we can talk about the home runs and his power has been impressive, but it hasn't just been that. It's also been just getting balls in play. It seems like every time the ball goes into play off his bat, it's hit hard, and this isn't something that anybody who's watched the team should be shocked about, because we watch him in batting practice, and we're like, if this guy catches a barrel, the ball's going to go far, and Chase has been able to do that recently. I know you talked to him, Cole, like he always does. He's pumping out the features. He's going to have a piece coming out with Chase soon enough, but he talked to him this morning. What did he have to say about his hot streak and kind of just, what the analytics say about how DeLauder has been doing?
Yeah, and the thing about Chase you have to understand for anyone at home is he's a humble guy. And he said he's like, I'm not taking too much stock into my start. He said it's nice and it's awesome to have that, but we're still very far away from the end of the season. There's still so much more I need to prove. And that was sort of the big thing that he told me about. But we also talked a lot about how he feels he doesn't think we've seen even close to what his power sort of exceeds as far as just, hitting the ball hard and stuff like that. And so anyone who's come out to a game or watched it on our stream or whatever, that's probably not all of what Chase DeLauder can do. So expect a lot more this summer from him. He's going to be hitting balls hard every single time he goes up there. He told me he swings the bat and tries to do damage with home run, double on his mind every time he comes to the plate. So that's such a huge thing for him that every time he comes to the plate, that's his mindset. And even though this start's been great for him, he's just not taking too much stock into it. He's been pretty humble about it.
Well, you got to remember, this is a guy who plays at James Madison, their best player. Maybe a little bit under-recruited, though, so he's not going to be happy with just 1 week of good play. He's thinking about the rest of the season. He's thinking about going into the college season next year, and then, of course, MLB draft. Not eligible till next year, but if he can keep it up, boy, he will be quite the power prospect. We got an MLB draft coming up this weekend, though. Kind of crazy. July 11th on Sunday. A lot of Firebirds could be featured. We've already seen Jonathan Cannon and Connor Thurman, 2 starting pitchers that pitched pretty well, especially Cannon for the Firebirds this year. They have already left. And before we get to some of the other guys, when you're looking at how the draft could shake out, where do you see those guys falling in the mix of things?
Yeah, and particularly with Cannon, I know he's one of the more highly sought-after college arms outside of the Rockers, the Lighters, those guys really out there. He's a top 100 draft prospect. He's going to go pretty high in the draft. I could see him going second, maybe even third round, a team that's looking for a low-risk, high-reward guy, a college arm, who's going to do really well for them. And then in terms of Thurman, I think it's going to be a little bit up in the air for him, to be completely honest, but anyone who's willing to take a chance on that kid, from what we have seen so far, he's a competitor. He really likes to go out there and just pitch and do his best, and that's been good enough pretty much every time he's gone out there.
Well, so for the Firebirds fans, no matter what, no more Cannon, no more Thurman, and there are a couple other guys that we know will be heading out this weekend. Connor Cox being one of them. He's been slotted in the 3 spot pretty much the entire year. He's leaving Saturday. And then there are some other guys, your Orion Kirkering, or even, a couple others that might go in the MLB draft, and it'll be interesting, Cole, to kind of see how not only they end up in the draft, but how that affects the Firebirds moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Donovan Benoit is another guy who I think potentially could probably go pretty high. A team could take a chance on him, and he's just as skilled or just as talented as a Jonathan Cannon is. He's been really good. This will be his last start here in Hyannis before he ships off to go tune into to see where he ends up in the draft. But yeah, like you said, a lot of really talented kids, and regardless of where they go, and whether they stay on for an extra year or if they decide to sign their contract, they're going to be really good. And so any team that gets those guys is very blessed to have them.
Yeah, decent chance that tonight's starting pitcher, like you said, Donovan Benoit, last time you see him, so take advantage, watch Donovan. He's a great guy. But when we're thinking about tonight's matchup, it's the first time that the Firebirds will be lining up against Hyannis this season, and it's no secret, the Harbor Hawks, not towards the top of the league. They're toward the bottom of the team. But in the Cape League, you can't underestimate any squad. Anybody can win on any given night. Still a lot of talented guys out there for the Harbor Hawks, and it's on the road as well, somewhere where Orleans hasn't fared too well. Just one win, I believe, on the season on the road. So, Kelly and the rest of the squad's record on the road, not too good. So when we're thinking about keys to the game, Cole, in a lot of ways, a lot of people could see this as a game that the Firebirds could and should win, but it's on the road, things going against them. So when you think about if you want the Firebirds to win, what's your key to the game?
Well, I'm going to go back to Donovan Benoit, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the pitching. And again, we've sort of had this where Jonathan Cannon's left. He left on a high note. Connor Thurman left on a high note. For Donovan Benoit, I think it should be the same thing, and my key is going to be leave on a high note times 3. And I think Benoit is really a guy who's impressed me in particular so far this season. I think he's just going to continue to do that into tonight. But go out with a bang, especially with the squad who's struggling a little bit this season. I think he can really take it to him in the early going, let his offense and let his offense just really work behind him and pick up the run support. So that'll be my key.
Yeah, I think that's a great key, Cole. Benoit, if the Firebirds win tonight, will definitely be an instrumental part. My key to the game is something that has kind of been touch and go for the Firebirds this year, and that's that the defense needs to play a clean game, because when you're playing a team that is likely a little less talented, the last thing you want to do is gift them runs. That's something the Firebirds can't afford to do. It seems like Ben Blackwell at short, he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. He had that really good throw in the Bourne game relay, got the guy out at third, has cleaned it up a little bit. So up the middle, Peyton Chadney, Ben Blackwell, maybe turn a couple, and then overall, especially the catching as well, don't give away any runs on pass balls. So I think if they can have a strong game on defense, that will definitely help them win. And, of course, if Benoit pitches like we know he can, Firebirds will definitely be in a good position to win tonight. That's all we got for the Early Bird pregame show. It's going to be a fun one under the lights here in Hyannis. First time making the travel down to Hyannisport this summer. And I know Cole and I are both excited for it. Be sure to follow both of us on Twitter. Cole, where can we find you on Twitter?
Cole Bradley 01, same as it's always been.
Same as it's always been. Myself at NSearson. We're always going to have great content. But for now, we'll send it for first pitch to Carlo and Gareth. Guys, take it away.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. That's our Early Bird pregame show with our team writer, Cole Bradley, live here from McKeon Park in Hyannis. And national anthem has already been sung. The Harbor Hawks have broken out of their huddle and are now taking the field. And this is a good time now to introduce the starting lineup for the Orleans Firebirds. For manager Kelly Nicholson, leading off will be the second baseman from Ole Miss, Peyton Chadney. And the second will be the left fielder from Baylor, Jared McKenzie. Hitting third, Connor Cox, the center fielder from Long Beach State. Hitting fourth, Chase DeLauder, the right fielder from James Madison. Fifth will be Tyler Locklear, the third baseman from VCU. Hitting sixth, Matt Goodhart, the first baseman from Arkansas. Hitting seventh will be Julio Marcano, the DH from NJIT. Hitting eighth will be Garrett Guillemette, the starting catcher from USC. And then hitting ninth will be Benjamin Blackwell, the Dayton shortstop. Hitting ninth Defensive alignment for Hyannis today, it'll look like this for manager Gary Calhoun. In left field, it will be Mitchell Hardigan. In center field, Caden Rose. In right field, Clark Elliott. Man, Ball on the left side of the infield, and then Romano and Greer on the right side of the infield. And behind the plate doing the catching is Caleb Pendleton for tonight's starting pitcher. The rising senior from Wingate is Hunter Dula. Dula, a 6'1", 197-pound right-hander, and he's a two-way player for Wingate, and where he pitched 64 innings and had a 3.38 ERA. He also hit .262 and hit 9 home runs. So he's a very well-rounded athlete. And in his last appearance for Falmouth, back on June 30th, he pitched 4 innings, allowed just 1 run, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. And so on paper, he is Hyannis' best starter, and he'll be looking to calm these Orleans bats here for the 2-11 Hyannis Harbor Hawks. They're the worst team right now on the Cape, and right now there's nowhere to go but up for the Harbor Hawks tonight. So the throw down from Pendleton, and now Peyton Chanier sharing a couple of words with the home plate umpire, John Patella. John Patella calling balls and strikes behind home plate. Joe Hilton, the first base umpire, and Ryan DeMary is the third base umpire as Peyton Chanier stands in. Firebirds wearing their red vest camouflage uniforms with the black letters and numbers and white pants. Hyannis in the pinstripes with the orange letters and numbers. First pitch from Dula is a fastball right down the middle for a called strike, and we get things started a minute earlier than scheduled, 5:59 p.m. local time here in Hyannis. The right-hand hitting Chanier versus the righty Dula. Chanier hitting .235 on the summer so far, just 4 hits in 17 at-bats from the windup 0-1. And a fastball taken right down the middle again. 0-2 to the Ole Miss second baseman Chanier. Does have a couple of home runs with 7 runs batted in on the season. And a grand slam, and then as well as a 2-run home run. 0-2 pitch. Chanier hits one high and deep to left field. Going back is Hardigan looking up at the wall, and it is gone! A leadoff home run for Peyton Chanier. His 3rd home run of the summer, and right on cue, the Orleans Firebirds strike first here in the first. It's 1-0.
Gareth, Peyton Chanier has 5 hits on the summer. 3 of them are long balls. And a good start for this Firebirds team. Looking well rested and ready to go after their off day.
The left-hand hitting Jared McKenzie now out of Baylor. Digs in. First pitch from Dula. A fastball on the inside for a called strike, 0-1. So Chanier with a leadoff blast down the left field line. It's 3:18 down the left field line. 1-0 Firebirds. A 1 pitch, McKenzie rolls it softly to short, fielded by Ball. On the run throw to first, in time to retire the speedy McKenzie for the first out of the top of the first. So Chanier getting the fastball middle away, and he just able to get the heart of the barrel over it down the left field line. And couldn't have asked for a better start for Orleans here in Hyannis. First trip to Hyannis this summer. First pitch to the right-hand hitting Connor Cox is at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Chanier, who hit 6 home runs on the regular season for Ole Miss. A 1 pitch. Now Cox lifts one high and foul along the right field line out of play. And Chanier with the wood bat already has 3 home runs in just about a week here on the Cape. So impressive stuff for the rising sophomore, Peyton Chanier. Cox down in the hole, 0-2 to Dula. Dula from the windup, here's the 0-2. And it's very high as it sails past the glove of the catcher Pendleton into the backstop, 1-2. Cox hitting .222 on the summer. He's got 4 runs batted in. Draft eligible center fielder from Long Beach State. Draft approaching on Sunday. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball now. Cox lifts one deep to left field. On the move is Hardigan to his right, and he's going to track it down and make the catch belt high. Just shy of the warning track for out number 2. So a hard hit out off the bat of Connor Cox, and there's 2 down here in the top of the first.
Both righties jumping on those balls early and slicing them down the line.
Overcast night here in Hyannis. Currently 70 degrees and no wind right now. Light drizzle as DeLauder, the left-hand hitting right fielder out of James Madison, swings and fouls one straight back on the first pitch. 0-1. So another gloomy night here on the Cape. 0-1 pitch to DeLauder. And the fastball is up high. Squeezes out of the mid of Pendleton. And it's 1-1 now to Chase DeLauder, who's hitting .326. 5 home runs, 11 runs batted in on the summer for Orleans. Hitting in the cleanup spot for Kelly Nicholson today. One pitch is taken low and outside. 2-1. So Hunter Dula. Wingate is a D2 school, and it was the first team since Florida Southern in 2005 to come all the way through the losers bracket and win the D2 World Series, as DeLauder ropes one in the deep center field, but tracking it down near the track is the center fielder Caden Rose off to his left to retire the side. So a couple of hard hit outs to end the first, but Orleans is on the board first. Peyton Chanier with a leadoff home run down the left field line, his 3rd home run of the summer, and after the top of the first, it's Orleans 1, Hyannis nothing. When we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all-natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to MosquitoMarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
Well, thank you so much for that, Mr. Jimenez. Always great ad reads here after the top of the first. And we now go to the bottom of the first. Time to introduce the starting lineup for manager Gary Calhoun and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Hitting off will be the center fielder from Alabama, Caden Rose. Hitting second will be Clark Elliott, the right fielder from Michigan. Hitting third, Kyle Ball, the shortstop from Stetson. Marcus Pujols, the cleanup hitter from Dayton, will be the DH. He's been their best hitter all season so far for Hyannis. Hitting fifth is Mason Greer, the rising sophomore from McLennan Community College. Hitting sixth, Caleb Pendleton, the catcher from Florida Atlantic University. Hitting seventh will be his teammate, also from Florida Atlantic, the left fielder Mitchell Hardigan. Hitting eighth, Luke Mann, the third baseman from Missouri. And then hitting ninth will be Ryan Romano, the second baseman from Florida State. Defensive alignment for Orleans tonight: Jared McKenzie in left field, Connor Cox in center field, Chase DeLauder in right field. Tyler Locklear and Benjamin Blackwell on the left side of the infield. Peyton Chanier and Matt Goodhart on the right side of the infield. Behind the plate doing the catching tonight is the catcher from USC, Garrett Guillemette. For tonight's starting pitcher, the rising senior from Tulane, Donovan Benoit. Benoit, a 6'4", 200-pound right-hander from Pensacola, Florida. He's a temporary player on the roster, and he's making what is likely his last start with Orleans before the MLB draft approaches on Sunday. Benoit, in his last appearance versus Chatham on the 4th of July, he ran into a little bit of trouble. Through 3 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, gave up 3 hits. He did have 5 strikeouts. And while working from the stretch, first pitch to Caden Rose is hit on the ground to second. Chanier, diving stop to his left, gets up, throws, and it's too high as it goes over the head of Goodhart and to the backstop. The catcher Guillemette there to back up the throw. Peyton Chanier with a nice diving stop to his left, but he just was able to pull the throw up a little too high, and Goodhart unable to grab it, and so that will be a base runner on for Hyannis.
Yeah, Caden Rose had good speed, so Chanier needed to get rid of that ball awfully quick.
So it will be an infield single for Caden Rose. And now here's a left-hand hitting Clark Elliott from Michigan. First pitch is a fastball low. at 93 miles an hour. 1-0 to Clark Elliott. So Benoit, in the regular season for Tulane, made 15 appearances at 9 starts, a 5.64 ERA, 59 innings pitched at 67 strikeouts. Elliott pops up the 1-0, and that is going to be a souvenir over the screen and out of play. Off to the left. Count even at 1 to Clark Elliott. Benoit, he'll throw the fastball in the low to mid-90s. It's a live fastball, and he has a really good hard slider and changeup as well. Hoping to hear his name called on Sunday for the MLB draft. 1-1 to Elliott is a fastball just below the knees, taken for ball 2. 2-1. Clark Elliott, the right fielder from Michigan, was just activated recently, just activated on the 4th of July. He's 0 for 8 so far this summer with 5 strikeouts. Rose with his lead at first. Good Hart holding him on. Here's the 2-1. Rose is running. Elliott swings and fouls one down the right field line. Out of play. And so Hyannis trying the hit and run. And the count even at 2. Firebirds, this is their 14th game of the summer. They have 6 wins, 5 losses, and 2 ties. A tie versus Bourne at home on Tuesday against the best team on the Cape, a 2-2 draw. That was a fun game to be a part of. Very competitive baseball game, good pitching from both sides, and then a loss on Monday to Brewster, 5-2. 2-2 pitch is a slider low and away, and the count is full 3-2 now to Elliott. With the number 3 hitter, Kyle Ball, the shortstop from Stetson, on deck for Hyannis. 1-0 Firebirds, just getting things started here from Hyannis. Runner on first with nobody out. Benoit gets the sign at the set. Runner goes again, 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside. Throw down from Guillemette to Chagny at second is too late. Caden Rose will swipe second on the breaking ball, but a called strike 3 on Clark Elliott, and he is retired for the first out of the first. So Donovan Benoit with quality strikeout stuff. In 8 1/3 innings so far this summer, he has 13 strikeouts. This is his 4th appearance for Orleans this summer, 2nd start. From the stretch, first pitch to Ball is a breaking ball, check swing, and he went around. 1 strike to Kyle Ball, right-handed hitter from Stetson. Ball hitting just 125, 5 hits and 40 at-bats. He does have 3 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another good breaking ball from Benoit, and Ball is down in the count 0-2. Harbor Hawks hitting just 167 collectively as a team. It's worst in the league. And they're averaging 2.3 runs per game as well, which is also dead last. Rose with his lead at second. Chagny holding him on. 0-2. In the dirt. Nice block by Guillemette. On the ball in the dirt that didn't necessarily catch him squarely on the chest protector. He almost blocked that with his right shoulder. So a good play by the USC catcher. And it's now 1-2 to Kyle Ball. Ball was the starting shortstop for Stetson this spring, a top-of-the-order hitter for the Hatters. He's a rising senior, and he's from the New England area, hometown from Stratham, New Hampshire. Awaiting the 1-2 from Benoit. Here it is, and it's a swing and a foul straight towards us here at the broadcast booth, and it's 1-2. I should say it's more of a broadcast table here, Carlo. We're positioned right off toward the right side of the positioned off to the right of the left-handed batter's box here, right in front of the screen. So it's a pretty nice view here in Hyannis that we got. We got our tent up, got our tables out, and our interns behind us. 1-2. Swing and a foul off to the right again toward the Orleans on deck circle. And it remains 1-2. 96 miles an hour on that fastball from Donovan Benoit. Runner on second with 1 out. 1-0 Firebirds here in the last of the first. Benoit gets the sign. 1-2 pitch. Rose is running again. Pitch is outside. Throw to third. Is not in time. Caden Rose stealing third. He's got excellent speed. And he led the team in stolen bags prior to this game with 3. He's now got 5 total after now stealing second and third. He's in scoring position. He's 90 feet away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ball off the hands. Fouls it straight back. So he's in a battle right now with Benoit. Remains 2-2.
The stolen base by Rose, Garrett. He was getting a huge secondary lead. And it wasn't even close at third because of that large extra lead. Gilliland didn't really have a chance.
Rose, who only stole 2 bases in the regular season for Alabama. He's at third. 2-2 pitch to ball. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball, the slider from Benoit, and ball is down chasing for out number 2. Already 2 strikeouts for Donovan Benoit to start off his night. Benoit, it's been fun to watch him pitch. He's got high velocity stuff, and it's a good sharp slider, and he releases that ball from a low 3/4 slot too. Not quite sidearm, but it's deceptive. And there's 2 gone now with a runner at third. And here comes left-handed hitting Marcos Pujols from Dayton. Rising redshirt junior. First pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Pujols with a hearty hack. 0-1 to the Hyannis DH Pujols, who's been their best hitter offensively so far this summer. He's hitting .243 with a home run and 5 runs batted in on the Cape. 0-1 pitch is a fastball low. Count even at 1 to Marcos Pujols. He leads the team in average and runs batted in and is currently on a 7-game hitting streak. Count even at 1. Benoit at the set, deals. Breaking ball, now Pujols hammers one. Well struck to right center field. Going back is Cox to the fence. It is gone. Marcos Pujols, a moonshot to right center field. It's 390 to straightaway center, and, well, he hit it way past 390. A 2-run home run, and Hyannis has taken the lead here in the bottom of the first. It's 2-1 Harbor Hawks.
Well, a Hyannis team that has scored 2 runs in their last 4 games, and we're not through the first inning, and they already have 2 on the board. That's got to feel good for this team that has struggled to open up the season.
A team that has hit only 3 home runs all summer. And they get a big one, a 2-run bomb to right center off the bat of Marcos Pujols. Benoit pumps in a first pitch fastball for a called strike to Mason Greer, the rising sophomore from McLennan Community College. No balls in the strike. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Greer down in the count. 0-2. Greer, who is a switch-hitting infielder. He's hitting left-handed here against the right-handed throwing Benoit. Had a big year for MCC and is now transferring to Missouri State. Takes a 0-2 pitch up high with the breaking ball. And the count now 1-2. One and two. Benoit deals. And Greer with a check swing, and he went around, says home plate umpire John Patala. So Benoit strikes out the side, but he gives up a 2-run home run to Marcos Pujols over the right center field fence here at McKeon Park, and Hyannis, after 1, leads 2-1 when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Hi, I'm Steve Anzoni, owner of Fairway Financial and Cape Cod's Retirement Income Specialist. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, schedule a time to meet with me today.
Get more details at fairwayfinancial.net. That's fairwayfinancial.net.
Back here in McKeon Park, Hyannis leads 2-1 after 1 inning of play. Gareth Kwok alongside my partner Carlo Jimenez here on the Birds Broadcast Network live in Hyannis. Made it was really a 40-minute drive.
How was your drive over?
Brewster. It was eventful. It was adventurous, to say the least. There's some traffic, and there's some. We played some music too, so I think everything. It was an eventful car ride. Let's just say that. As Tyler Locklear, Matt Goodhart, and Julio Marcano, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, will come up to hit here against Hunter Dula, the starting pitcher for Hyannis. From the windup, first pitch to Locklear is a breaking ball down low in the dirt for ball 1. Tyler Locklear hitting .250 on the summer with 4 homers, 14 runs batted in for the VCU third baseman. Waving the bat up near his right ear. Here's the 1-0, and it's another fastball in the dirt. So 2-0 from Dula. Dula's as we mentioned earlier, was a two-way guy for Wingate, the D2 university. Wingate winning the D2 NCAA championship 2-0, and Locklear takes high and in 3-0. Dula pitched 5 no-hit shutout innings, struck out 5, and even got the final out to secure the national championship for Wingate in the Division II College World Series. 3-0 fastball is at the belt for a called strike. 3-1 to Locklear. So Dula prior to this game, in 7 innings, has allowed only 1 earned run and has struck out 10. 3-1 pitch. Locklear swings and fouls one off to the right, and the count will go full 3-2. So Dula has a 1.28 ERA in 2 starts, which is best on the team right now for a struggling Harbor Hawks team. Just trying to chip away. 3-2. Locklear swings and fouls one off the foot of the catcher Pendleton, and Pendleton leaps out of his crouch and is gimping up a bit, trying to shake that one off. Looked like it caught the top of his foot, and he's got his hands on his knees and still trying to walk it off and walk off the pain. Could certainly hear that from our table here. There's not necessarily a whole ton of protection on the top of the foot there. There is a little bit of padding from the leg guards. But even then, you hit it, the foul ball off the top doesn't feel good. 3-2 pitch. Locklear hits one on the ground through the right side of the infield into the right field for a base hit. So a nice piece of 2-strike hitting from Tyler Locklear. And he's aboard for Matt Goodhart to lead off the second.
Back-to-back innings with back-to-back leadoff knocks.
Matt Goodhart, the left-handed hitting first baseman from the University of Arkansas. Has 2 hits in 12 at-bats with an RBI. First pitch to Goodhart is outside for ball 1. Goodhart, who for the Razorbacks this season, in the regular season, hit .264 with 13 home runs and 38 runs batted in. 1-0 is outside for ball 2. 2-0. As Caleb Pendleton gets up and tries to encourage Dula to find the zone. Goodhart, one of 6 Razorbacks to hit double-digit home runs this season, and he did serve as the Razorbacks' leadoff hitter. 2-0 pitch, fastball outside, and now Pendleton will come up and jog out to the mound to have a word with his starting pitcher, Hunter Dula. 3 straight fastballs, all outside, and easy takes for Matt Goodhart.
Well, back in that first inning, Garrett, the shots by Cox and DeLauder both reached the warning track. So Firebirds have gotten really hard contact against Dula.
Dula facing a tough offense in Orleans with good hitters 1 through 9. 3-0 pitch, fastball outside, ball 4. So all 4 of those fastballs thrown from Dula, pretty easy takes for Matt Goodhart, who now has his 7th walk drawn of the summer. He's been very patient so far in what has been his 2nd week with the team. First walk of the night issued by Dula, and now here comes the right-handed hitting Julio Marcano from the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Julio hitting just 161 on the summer. He does have a home run, 4 runs batted in. Righty on righty matchup. Marcano, slightly open stance. First pitch. Fastball right down the middle for a called strike. 0-1 to Julio Marcano. Marcano, a first team All-America East selection with NJIT this past year. 2-1 Hyannis. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Swinging a foul off the catcher Pendleton. That's the 2nd time he's been hit, and he is he's hurt. As that foul ball looked to have maybe gotten a piece of him below the belt. Now, nobody's getting up to go catch it. You give a look on Pendleton now. Here comes a trainer, and here comes manager Gary Calhoun. Pendleton now on his backside, and it looked like he got hit in the midsection there off that foul ball from Marcano.
Yeah, Caleb's taking a beating, the one to the ankle, and now this. It has not been an easy start to this one behind the plate. 2nd straight inning, he's down trying to shake off an injury.
The weird thing, though, was that he was down on the ground for at least a good 10-15 seconds without anyone coming over to help him. I mean, he clearly was in some pain, and the response was, I might say, rather late from the Hawks training staff.
Well, when you get hit where he did, there's not much you can do besides hand him some ice.
So Pendleton now standing up. He's still, I'm sure, trying to shake off that foul ball. So he's put the mask back on, and looks like he's ready to go. He's already been hit on the foot with a foul ball, and now hit in the groin area. This is not the best way to start off your game, especially it's only in the 2nd inning. So no balls, 2 strikes to Marcano. Dula, a look over at second. The right-hander throws. And a breaking ball taken low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-2. Julio Marcano. Rising senior from NJIT. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul off to the right. Remains 1-2 to Marcano. Had a chance to talk to his twin brother David during batting practice, and David was telling me that Julio basically just told him everything he needed to know about Orleans, everything he needed to know about the Cape Cod Baseball League, and so one brother helping out another. David not in the starting lineup tonight, but younger brother helping out older brother by just 5 minutes, Carlo.
Does it even count?
Yeah, it counts.
I think if you ask Julio, he said it doesn't, but if you ask David, he said it does.
1-2 pitch. Fastball up high. 2-2. Especially because Marcano, this is his 2nd stint with the Firebirds. He was able to play 15 games with Orleans in 2019 as a temporary player, and so back here with Orleans again in 2021. Able to share some of that knowledge and advice to David. And David was just activated onto the roster a couple of days ago. 2-2. Marcano, breaking ball low. There's some good takes from Marcano. Pretty good pitches as well from Dula to try and tease Marcano. But the NJIT utility player's not biting. And the count is full, 3-2. Tyler Locklear is at second. He led off the inning with a single to right. Matt Goodhart is at first. He drew a walk. Nobody out. 3-2 pitch. Marcano takes inside, ball 4. And with nobody out, the bases are going to be loaded for Garrett Guillemette.
I already give up 2 runs in the bottom of the first. So if you're Orleans, you're thinking, hey, we don't want to give this Hyannis team any hope You need to take advantage of this opportunity with your 8-9 hitters and bring some runs home, retake that lead in the top of the second.
Garrett Guillemette, the rising sophomore. Orleans, the starting catcher tonight from the University of Southern California, stands in. Righty on righty, first pitch. Guillemette takes a first pitch fastball in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Garrett. First-year catcher who was named an all Pac-12 selection. Solid offensively and defensively. Dula from the windup, 0-1. Breaking ball, blocked in the dirt nicely by the catcher Pendleton. And the count even at 1. Garrett still trying to find a rhythm at the plate. Hitting just 190. Does have a couple of home runs, 4 runs batted in. Had the big game last Friday against Brewster in that 19-6 win over the Whitecaps. He had a multi-home run game and 4 runs batted in, including a 3-run home run. 1-1 pitch. Guillemette, soft liner, is going to be dropped, and it rolls out into left field. Into shallow left, coming in to score is Tyler Locklear. Over the third goes Goodhart. Marcano to second. A line drive off the hands of Garrett Guillemette, and the ball that should have been caught by the third baseman man to his left. Instead, it dropped onto the dirt, and it bounced into left field. And Orleans has evened up the score. It's now 2-2. So what probably should have been the second out. Here's Benjamin Blackwell, who takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
Well, even then, if you drop the baseball, if that ball's backed up, Hyannis should have easily had 2. Everyone was staying where they were, afraid of being doubled up if they came off the back. And instead, they don't get anybody out, and New Orleans is even this ball game.
1-0 to Blackwell to pitch. Fastball up high to the University of Dayton shortstop, 2-0. So it'll go as an E5 on the third baseman, Luke Mann. And there's still nobody out here in the second. 2-0 pitch to Blackwell. Swing and a miss. Blackwell tardy on the fastball at 90 miles an hour. It's 2-1. Matt Goodhart standing at third. Julio Marcano at second. Garrett Guillemette at first. Tyler Locklear crossed home. 2-2. Already some action here in these first couple of innings. 2-1 pitch to Blackwell. Swing and a miss. Another fastball past Blackwell. It's 2-2. Blackwell, who has struggled at the plate this season, he's hitting 167 with 4 hits and just 24 at-bats. He does have an RBI. Trying to drive in the go-ahead runs for Orleans here in this top of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Line drive in the right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Coming in to score is Goodhart. Everybody advances 90 feet. Benjamin Blackwell with a nice hit up the middle in the right center field. RBI number 2 for the Dayton shortstop, and Orleans is taking the lead. It's 3-2 Firebirds over the Harbor Hawks here in the top of the second. So for Benjamin Blackwell, who had just 4 hits and 24 at-bats, he had struck out 15 times. That's got to feel awfully good for Blackwell. A base hit up the middle. And now we'll have ourselves a mound visit here. Pitching coach Ray Korn is going to come out and have a word with Hunter Dula.
Well, not the prettiest 2 runs, Gareth. An E5 and then a bloop single up the middle, but it gets the job done. Orleans lead 3-2. It's still nobody out, and the guy who blasted a home run his last time up awaiting another try at Hunter Dula. And we'll see if Ray Korn's going to leave his pitcher out there. And it looks like he is. So Dula will try round 2 with Chatinier, who took him deep the first time around.
There is some activity in the Hyannis bullpen. Mark Adamiak, a right-hander from Arkansas, is getting loose. So Chatinier digs in, who led off the game with a home run in the first pitch is a curveball on the inside for a called strike. 0-1 to the Ole Miss second baseman, Chanier. Deposited it down the left field line. And gave Orleans a 1-0 quick advantage before Hyannis answered right back in the last of the first. 0-1, swing and a miss. Chanier out in front on that breaking ball. It was well in the dirt, but he was badly fooled. It's 0-2 with McKenzie on deck. Firebirds with 2 runs across here on 2 hits and 1 error. The bases are loaded. There's still nobody out. Firebirds could put up a crooked number here in this top of the second against Wingate right-hander Hunter Dula. Dula ready. 0-2. Elevates the fastball up high for ball 1. 1-2. Good crowd in attendance tonight here at McKeon Park. Bleachers are full behind the third base dugout and along the backstop here, as well as along the first base side as well. First base side filled with Orleans fans. 1-2. Breaking ball. Chanier chases for strike 3 swinging. And so Dula in a strikeout situation gets the strikeout. And 1 gone here in the top of the second. First strikeout for Hunter Dula. And here comes Jared McKenzie now for Orleans. Left-handed hitting. Left fielder from Baylor. 1 out, bases loaded. Orleans leads 3-2. First pitch. Fastball at the belt for a called strike. 0-1 to McKenzie. McKenzie bounced out to short back in the first inning. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Breaking ball, and McKenzie chases up high. He's going to exit the box and walk around the edge of the circle, knowing that he just swung at a pitch not in the strike zone. 0-2 with Connor Cox on deck. Firebirds here. Yes, they have the lead, but bases loaded with 1 out. Would love to tack on some more. 0-2. Breaking ball, McKenzie pops one up foul down the left field line and toward the parking lot. Remains 0-2.
Yeah, Jared's got to protect the top of the zone after that first pitch strike from Dula. We'll see if Dula comes back with that high fastball.
Middle infielders, Ball and Romano in double play depth. Dula trying to get that ground ball and get himself out of the inning. 0-2. Dula versus McKenzie. From the windup, the pitch. Fastball in the dirt, gets past Pendleton. Here comes Marcano, and he will score without a throw. Advancing to third goes Guillemette, and Blackwell goes up to second. A wild pitch brings home Orleans' 4th run of the game already. It's 4-2 Firebirds. So a fastball, and not much that Caleb Pendleton could do there to try and block that one. (4-2 Orleans. 1-2 to McKenzie. Fastball up high. Almost that one got past Pendleton as well. And the infield now is going to be in here for Hyannis. Everybody on the edge of the infield grass. 2-2 to McKenzie. Runners on second and third with 1 out. The pitch. Breaking ball. It's up high. And the count goes full 3-2. McKenzie's able to work it to full.
Damiak looks like he's ready to go in that bullpen for Hyannis. See how much longer Dula remains on the mound.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Connor Cox on deck for Orleans. 3-2. McKenzie broken back ground ball to second. And the second baseman Romano looks over at home. Instead, we'll just underhand flip it to first for the out. Guillemette will score from third, and so it's a productive out for Jared McKenzie. RBI ground out to the second baseman Romano. And it's now 5-2 Firebirds on the RBI ground out from Jared McKenzie. Blackwell advances to third, so it's not a base hit. It's not a home run, but it gets the run home. Connor Cox, right-handed hitter, first pitch, breaking ball, and it hits him on the elbow guard. on that left elbow guard, and he will shed the elbow guard and trot on to first. And here comes manager Gary Calhoun, first-year manager Gary Calhoun, and he is going to be making a pitching change here in the top of the second. Hunter Dula gives up the ball to his manager and will depart. And we'll have ourselves a new pitcher here for Hyannis when we come back. It's Orleans 5, Hyannis 2. Runners on the corners with 2 down when we come back. Bases on first and third with 2 down here in the top of the second. And Hyannis is already going to the bullpen here. New pitcher now for the Harbor Hawks. It's going to be the rising sophomore, the right-hander from Arkansas, Mark Adamiak, a 6'4", 225-pound right-hander, making his 5th appearance on the summer for Hyannis. Had a rough first outing on June 23rd against Harwich. Wasn't able to even record an out, and he gave up 3 earned runs on 1 hit. But since then, he has pitched 3 scoreless innings and has allowed just 1 hit in those last 3 scoreless innings. And so he comes on in here, and he's going to face Chase DeLauder with Benjamin Blackwell at third and Connor Cox at first. So Adamiak, who has not pitched very much at all with Arkansas in his career with the Razorbacks. He didn't even pitch at all this past season. So here he is on the mound trying to get his innings in as he's going to face off against left-hand hitting Chase DeLauder. Cox at first, Blackwell at third. First pitch from Adamiak is a fastball outside for ball 1. DeLauder, who hit one to the warning track out in center to end the first in his first at-bat. Righty versus lefty, 1-0 pitch. Line drive, right field, that's a base hit, and it's going to roll all the way to the fence. Blackwell will score easily from third. Over to third, and putting on the brakes is Connor Cox. Ball gets away from the cutoff man. Cox coming home, he's going to score as Chase DeLauder standing in the second. 2 runs come home on the base hit by Chase DeLauder down the right field line. And make that now 6 runs here in this second inning. It is now 7-2 Orleans. Tyler Locklear now stands in, right-handed hitter. With DeLauder at second. First pitch, fastball on the inside for a called strike. 0-1. So Cox, who probably would have stopped at third if it was a clean throw to the cutoff man, but if the throw was low and it got past the middle infielder and allowed Cox to score from third. 0-1 pitch. Fastball inside, count even at 1. So we'll have to see what that official ruling is. DeLauder will get credited for 1 RBI on that play, but he won't get credited for the second run. Just the correct call. 1-1 pitch to Locklear. Breaking ball outside. 2-1.
Well, this is the response you need if you're Orleans. Harborhawks put up 2 on the board in the bottom of the second. They're feeling good with the lead. And Orleans with a big punch back.
Adamiak gets the sign from the catcher, Pendleton. And now a fake move over to second. Nobody covering second and holding on DeLauder there. So for Chase, his 12th run batted in on the summer. He is second in that category on the Firebirds behind Tyler Locklear. 2 balls and a strike to Locke. The pitch from Adamiak and a swing and a high pop-up down the right field line, giving chases the first baseman Greer. Does he have room? And it's going to bounce foul just by that side fence out there down the first base side. There's a good amount of foul territory down the right field line. I mean, good. It's definitely at least a good 100 or so feet, I'd guess, along that right field line.
It's a good guess. I'd agree with you.
Locklear, this is already his second at-bat of the inning. Led off the second with the single to right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second and 2 down. Orleans 7, Hyannis 2, and now Adamiak steps off. Harborhawks have committed 2 errors in the inning as well, which have hurt the ball club so far. A look over at second at DeLauder. He's got a good lead at second. 2-2. Locklear check swing on the fastball. Appeal over to first. No swing, says first base umpire Joe Hilton. And the count runs full 3-2 again. Orleans versus Hyannis. Hyannis on a 4-game losing streak. They have struggled all summer long. 3-2 to Locklear. Fastball on the inside corner. Got him looking. Locklear disagrees with home plate umpire John Patella as he flips the bat. And now this side is at long last retired for the Harborhawks, but not before Orleans plates home 6 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors. 1 is left stranded. What an inning for Orleans. And we now go to the bottom of the second. It's Firebirds 7, Harborhawks 2 when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. A 6-run second inning for the Firebirds offensively. The big hit being the 2-run double from Chase DeLauder. One of those runs came on an error by the right fielder. 6 runs on 3 hits. A couple of errors that also helped out the Firebirds in that top half of the second. And now we are in the last of the second. And Caleb Pendleton will lead off here against Donovan Benoit. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch, Pendleton swing and a miss. Out in front on the breaking ball from Benoit. 0-1.
Pendleton looked like he had his mind made up before Benoit released that baseball.
From the stretch, 0-1 pitch from the Tulane right-hander, and a line drive right at Benjamin Blackwell, positioned at shortstop, didn't even have to move, and Pendleton's retired for out number 1 here in the last of the second. So Caleb Pendleton is gone, and here comes now Mitchell Hardigan. Hardigan, also from Florida Atlantic University, like Pendleton. Left-handed hitter, first pitch is up high with the fastball, ball 1. Hardigan was a two-way player, one of the leading hitters for the Owls, and one of the best players in the Conference USA. 1-0. Swinging a foul straight back. Count even at 1 to Hardigan. He had .318 with 8 homers and 36 runs batted in the regular season, although here on the Cape he's hitting just .171. 7 hits and 41 at-bats with an RBI. 1-1 pitch. Tapped foul, rolled out toward our broadcast table here. And it's 1-2 now. 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Pendleton, Hardigan, and Mann. Pendleton already retired on a line out to the shortstop Blackwell. A ball and 2 strikes. Benoit deals. Breaking ball, strike 3 call. That's right down the middle, and Hardigan knows it. A beautiful slider from Donovan Benoit. Fourth strikeout, pardon me, for Donovan. And there's 2 gone here in the second. So with 2 down and nobody on, here is Luke Mann. Rising redshirt junior from Missouri. Left-handed hitter, first pitch from the righty Benoit. Swinging a foul straight back toward us here at the broadcast table again. 1 strike to Luke Mann. Power hitting corner infielder for the Tigers. He led the Tigers in home runs with 8 this spring. He had .224 with 8 bombs and 29 runs batted in. A 1 pitch. Breaking ball just off the outside. Count even at 1. Benoit trying to bounce back after giving up a 2-run home run to Marcos Pujols in the bottom of the first. That gave Hyannis a temporary lead. 1-1 is low. 2 balls and a strike. Pujols took Benoit deep out to right center. Just a moonshot off the bat of the Dayton DH, Pujols. And Orleans picking up Benoit and grabbing 6 in the top of the second. 2-1. Swing and a tapped foul as it rolls foul along the right field line. 2-2 to Luke Mann. So Benoit, who does have good strikeout stuff, the one issue with him has been the home runs. Gave up a couple of home runs in his first appearance against YD. And then now, tonight, against Pujols. Benoit hoping to hear his name called on Sunday. This is likely his final start before he heads back. Just a great guy to have in the locker room. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Mann out in front on the breaking ball by Benoit. He's got 5 strikeouts through 2 innings. And we move on now to the third here in Hyannis. It's Orleans 7, Harbor Hawks 2 when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Back here in Hyannis at McKeon Park, Gareth Kwok alongside my partner Carl Jimenez for this audio-only broadcast of Orleans Firebirds baseball. So glad you can join us, and we appreciate all the support. You got Firebirds fans listening from all over. Make sure to let us know where you're listening to Orleans Firebirds baseball tonight, where you're from. We appreciate all the support, again, for this audio-only stream since we are on the road. Top three, Mark Adamiak back on the bump for the Hawks. First pitch to Matt Goodhart, swing and a miss to the left-hand hitting first baseman from Arkansas.
Goodhart was trying to send that baseball into next week.
He hasn't hit one yet this summer. 0-1. Adamiak, who came in to stop the bleeding back in the top of the second. 0-1 pitch. And Goodhart takes away for ball one. Count even at one to Goodhart, who drew a walk in his first plate appearance against Dula. Dula ends his night with just an inning and 2/3. Gives up 3 hits, 7 runs. 4 of those are earned with 2 walks and a strikeout. 1-1 pitch is a slider outside. 2-1. Adamiak, who did not pitch in 2021 with the Razorbacks, and he only pitched an inning and 2/3 in the 2020 shortened season. 2-1 pitch. It's up high and outside. 3-1. So a couple of Arkansas Razorbacks facing off against one another. Mark Adamiak on the mound. Matt Goodhart at the plate. Adamiak, who originally committed to Wichita State as a sophomore and then committed to Arkansas in his senior year of high school. 3-1 pitch to Goodhart. Swinging a foul. Line straight back off the padding of the backstop. And the count is now full 3-2. It's Matt Goodhart, Julio Marcano, and Garrett Guillemette, the 6, 7, and 8 batters dewed up here in this top of the third. On a gloomy Thursday night here in Hyannis, there is a slight drizzle as well of rain. Very light. Adamiak at the belt. 3-2 pitch. Fastball just off the outside. Pretty good pitch from Adamiak. Instead, Goodhart draws his second walk of the ball game. And he's aboard now. That's the 3rd straight time Firebirds have gotten the leadoff hitter aboard. And here comes Julio Marcano. So Marcano, who also drew a walk back in the second inning. Righty on righty matchup. Goodhart with his lead at first, being held on by Mason Greer, the first baseman. 1 on, no out. First pitch, Marcano takes at the knees for a called strike with the fastball. 0-1. So Adamiak trying to put in a 4th consecutive good outing so far with the Hawks on the Cape. 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Pendleton, but it skips away from him off to the right toward the Orleans on deck circle, and Goodhart is off towards second and standing. Check swing by Marcano. Appeal from the home plate umpire John Patella to the first base umpire Joe Hilton. No swing. This is Joe Hilton, so the count is 1-1. So wild pitch, Goodhart at second. And he's in scoring position for Marcano. Already been a lot of action. And some miscues from Hyannis early on. 1-1 pitch, hit back up the middle. Adamiak snaps it. Looks over, Goodhart back to second, and then tosses over to first to retire Marcano. So Julio is retired on the 1-3 putout. And here is now Garrett Guillemette for Orleans. Guillemette, who reached on an error by the third baseman back in the second inning. First pitch to the right-hand hitting Guillemette is fastball low for ball 1. Gillimet hit it off the hands, off the inside part of his bat, and it was just a soft liner toward the third baseman, Luke Mann, who had the range maybe a step or two off to his left, and he just dropped it. He missed the ball, and it bounced on the ground and rolled out toward left field. The shortstop Ball thought his third baseman would make the catch, and it caught him off guard. And that ball just rolled out to left field, and it scored a run. 1-0 pitch. Gillimet swing and a miss. Breaking ball, not close, but Gillimet helps him out. Helps Adamiak out. 1-1 to the USC catcher Gillimet. Second baseman Romano holding on. Goodhart at second. Firebirds 7, Hawks 2 here from McKeon Park. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Gillimet out in front again on the breaking ball. And it's now 1-2. Benjamin Blackwell on deck for Orleans. Runner on second with 1 out. Firebirds trying to tack on more here in their first road trip to Hyannis. 3 of the next 4 games for Orleans is going to be on the road. They've only won 1 road game all summer long, and that was against Catuit last Wednesday. 1-2 pitch. Gillimet pops it up foul off the first base side. And it's now 1-2 to Gillimet. Orleans, only 1 road game win on the summer. They'll be at Brewster on Friday, home game versus Falmouth on Saturday, before then going to YD on Sunday. That's the next 3 games for Orleans after tonight. So after a 3-game homestand, Orleans, it's their turn to go out on the road. Goodhart at second, 1 out. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is inside. Taking for ball 2. 2-2 to Garrett Gillimet. Lights are on here at McKeon Park. Bright and shining on to the diamond. Sun is not visible. It is all covered in clouds tonight. 2-2 pitch. Gillimet pops it up into shallow right field. Second baseman Romano and the right fielder Elliott. It's going to be the second baseman Romano who will make the catch out in shallow right near the foul line. And Gillimet is gone for out number 2. So here's Benjamin Blackwell now from the University of Dayton. Blackwell, who laced a single in the right center field for an RBI back in the top of the second. Came into this game with just 4 hits and 24 at-bats. He's been struggling at the plate, but that hit had to have felt good for Blackwell. Adamiak's first pitch. Breaking ball, check swing from Blackwell. And there will be no appeal. Ball 1, as it was low and outside, to Blackwell. Blackwell right now, him and David Marcano trading off starting spots in shortstop for the Orleans Firebirds. 1-0 pitch, fastball on the outside for a called strike. Count even at 1. The All-Atlantic 10 first-team shortstop. One of the best hitters on Dayton this year. And he's got a couple of Dayton teammates in the opposing dugout. Marcos Pujols, who has driven in the only 2 runs for Hyannis on the 2-run home run. 1-1 pitch, and now a fake throw over to second. Goodhart scampers back. Marcos Pujols, Mariano Ricciardi as well. 2 Dayton guys in the opposing dugout. I'm sure Blackwell will go out and talk to them maybe after the game as Blackwell swings and pops one up. Foul, and that is headed onto the soccer field that is adjacent to the first base bleachers. There's a soccer net there. And a lot of kids running around out there on that green grass behind first base. 1-2 to Benjamin Blackwell. Goodhart at second, led off the inning with the walk. 7-2 Orleans. A look over at second from Adamiak. 1-2. Breaking ball, and it's poked foul. Off to the right. Count remains 1-2. Peyton Chanier on deck, top of the order for Orleans. Dude up if Blackwell can extend the inning. Adamiak with his right arm hanging. Glove tucked into his chest. Now time is called. He'll reset and get the signs from the catcher Pendleton. Arm dangling by his leg. Glove tucked into his chest. Now comes set. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Benjamin Blackwell. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blackwell goes down swinging on the high fastball. And the side is retired. 1 walk and 1 left on for Orleans in the top of the third. We go now to the bottom of the third. It's Hyannis 2, Orleans 7. When we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Bottom 3 here from McKeon Park on the Birds Broadcast Network. Game number 14 on the Cape. Live from Hyannis. It's Orleans 7, Hyannis 2. Harbor Hawks pitcher Mark Adamiak pitching the first scoreless inning for the Hawks on defense to close out the top of the third. And now we're here in the bottom of the third, and it's going to begin with Ryan Romano. First pitch to the Florida State second baseman is pumped in there for a called strike with a fastball. 0-1. Romano, Rose, and Elliott, the 9-1 and 2 hitters, dude up against Donovan Benoit, who has 5 strikeouts already through 2 innings. 0-1 pitch. Slider at the knees, taken for strike 2. 0-2 to Romano. Donovan Benoit, the rising senior at Tulane. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball just a bit up high. Pretty close spot from Benoit, and Garrett Guillemette even stuck out his glove to try and get the strike call. Home plate umpire John Patella didn't think so. 1-2 to Romano. The pitch and a slider laid off for ball 2. Good take from Romano. It's count even at 2. There have been so many hitters who have chased at that slider that just dives toward the bottom of the strike zone. It starts out in the middle and then just nosedives down to the bottom. But hitters still chase. 2-2. There's a breaking ball right down the middle, taken for strike 3. Romano goes down looking. Strikeout number 6 for Donovan Benoit. 1 away here in the bottom of the third. Here is Caden Rose now, center fielder from Alabama, the University of Alabama. He reached on a base hit and an infield hit to right to lead off the game for Hyannis. First pitch, the right-handed hitting Rose shows bunt, and it's a breaking ball at the knees, taken for a called strike. 0-1 to Caden Rose. Prior to this game, he's hitting .239 with 4 RBIs. From the stretch 0-1. Breaking ball, slow chopper, third baseman Locklear gloves it. Fields throws across the diamond in time to get the speedy Caden Rose. Nice play by Tyler Locklear, who was playing in on the grass there. He was aware of the speed of Caden Rose and how he likes to bunt. Maybe get a head start out of the box. Locklear throws him out, and there's 2 away for Clark Elliott. Elliott, who struck out looking against Benoit in the first, left-handed hitter. First pitch from the righty Benoit is low and in for ball 1. Should mention that Orleans assistant coach Jay Banfield, he talked to us before the game, just minutes before first pitch, gave us his prediction. He said Donovan Benoit is going to get into double-digit strikeouts. He already has 6 through 2 2/3. Check swing on the high fastball, and no on the appeal, says third base umpire Ryan DeMary. Jay Banfield always seems like he has the right predictions at the right time. And double-digit strikeouts for Donovan Benoit. Already 6 through 2 2/3. 2-0 pitch. Fastball on the inside for a called strike, 2-1. Gotta say, that's right now it's looking like a pretty good prediction from assistant coach Jay Banfield.
He definitely did his research, too.
2-1 pitch. Breaking ball is outside, and it's 3-1 now.
This is a Hyannis team, Gareth, that strikes out at least 12 times a game this season, on average. So Jay did some digging.
3-1 pitch. Benoit, fastball low and in, ball 4. Elliott's going to jog down the first. First walk issued by Donovan Benoit today. And this will now bring up the Hyannis 3-hitter, Kyle Ball. Rising senior from Stetson. Struck out swinging in the first against Benoit. Elliott with his lead at first. He does have good speed on the base path. First pitch. Breaking ball inside corner. A called strike, 0-1. A lot of Firebirds. Old and new that hoping to hear their name called on Sunday for the draft. Benoit pumps in a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 2. 95 miles an hour, and he's ahead against Ball. Connor Thurman and Jonathan Canyon, they have left the state of Massachusetts. They're back home, and they're draft-eligible pitchers. 0-2 pitch. Ball hits it on the ground through the right side. Chanier to his left, fields it. Throws from his knees, in time for the out. Peyton Chanier sliding to his left on the edge of the outfield grass, and throws to Matt Goodhart at first from the seat of his pants to retire the side. 1 walk, 1 left on for Hyannis in the last of the third. A good defensive play by the Ole Miss second baseman. As I'll hand over the play-by-play duties to my partner, Carlo Jimenez, for innings 4 through 6 when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Mickey-Owen Park. Carlo Jimenez alongside my broadcast partner, Gareth Kwok, bringing you the top of the fourth inning. And it'll be the top of the lineup. Peyton Chatinier strolls to the batter's box for the third time today. Orleans 7, Hyannis 2. Through 3. Chatinier with a nice defensive play to end the bottom of the third. Moving to his left, throwing from his knees, able to down Kyle Ball. He's 1 for 2 with a home run and a strikeout today. Mark Adamiak still on the mound for Hyannis. Opening offering. And Chatinier swings and pops one up down the right field line, going over the first baseman Guerrier. And he runs out of real estate, watching it fall over the fence. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. Chatinier's first inning home run was on the third pitch of the ball game. Blasted one over the left field fence, right over the Mosquito Mary sign out there. Oh, 1. Skips in. The count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Peyton, 5 hits, 3 home runs to open up his Orleans Firebirds career. A 1-1 to the plate. Look out. Shaves him off the inside, and the count, 2 balls and a strike. Orleans with a run in the top of the first. Hyannis responded with 2 in the bottom of the inning. And then the Firebirds rattled off 6 in the top of the second. 2-1. Chatinier swings and lines one into left field, a base hit. Second knock of the ball game for Peyton Chatinier. And there's 1 on to open up the top of the fourth.
I mean, like we talked about a little bit beforehand, Carlo, Chatinier with already 3 home runs this summer. He only hit 6 in the regular season for Ole Miss, and that was over a span of 60-plus games. And already here, just about a week in, he's already got 3 with the wood bat. It's he's made the adjustment real fast, and he's hitting the stick very well.
Left-handed batter Jared McKenzie looks towards Adamiak. Chatinier with a healthy lead at first. Opening offering down the hill. McKenzie shows bunt, pulls it back, and watches a ball miss downstairs. And the count, 1 ball, no strikes. We're playing baseball on this Thursday night, and it's overcast on the Cape. What's new? Feels like every game we have. Overcast skies. 1-0 to McKenzie. And he spoils 1 foul straight back. And the count levels, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jared with a pair of groundouts today. 1 to the left side of the infield at short. 1 to the right side at second. But the second one, good for an RBI. Back in that 6-run second inning. Adamiak peeks over his left shoulder toward Chatinier at first. 1-1. McKenzie fouls another pitch straight back for a souvenir. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes to the left-handed batter. Orleans 7, Hyannis 2. Firebirds looking for just their second win on the road in 5 tries this season. And a comfortable lead in the top of the fourth. Throw down to first. Chatinier back with a head first slide. Peyton does have 4 stolen bases on the season. 2 of them came in his first game with Orleans against Catuit. McKenzie bouncing the bat off the left shoulder. And a throw to first, and Chatinier another head first slide as he dirties up those HDMH camo uniforms that the Firebirds are wearing today. You like the camo, Gareth?
I like every uniform that they've worn so far this year. It's not a bad uniform they got, in my opinion.
1-2. way high. Pulls Pendleton out of his squat, and they count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hey, Kenmore, good luck. I'd agree with you.
They are.
It's not overdone, too. It's like a nice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not overly saturated by any means.
Chatinier leads at first. Nobody out. Top of the 4th. 2-2. McKenzie swings and lifts one into left field. Left fielder Hardigan going back right before the track. He sets up and makes the catch, and there's one away. Jared McKenzie sends one for a ride, but it ends up in and out. And as up comes Connor Cox.
There's still a light drizzle right now here at McKeon Park in Hyannis. However, there is no wind. Oddly enough, I mean, the right center field flag out in right center is just dormant. It's not moving at all.
So Connor Cox climbs into the box, right-handed batter. Chatinier still at first after his leadoff single, top of the 4th inning. Orleans with a 7-2 lead over the 2-11 Hyannis Harbor Hawks. First pitch to Cox. Up high. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. Some action in the Hyannis bullpen. Adamiak making his 5th appearance for the Harbor Hawks.
Jalen Nowlin, the left-hander, is getting loose for Hyannis. Only guy warming up.
Throw back to first. And Chatinier, another head-first slide, safely back to the bag. Harbor Hawks used to be known as the Hyannis Mets. Name change in 2010. 1-0. And Cox swings and drives one into the gap into left center field. That ball one-hops the wall. Chatinier around third. On his way home. Into second goes Cox. And it's an RBI double for Connor Cox, and the Firebirds have an 8-2 lead. Chatinier came home easily with his terrific speed. Cox picks up his 5th RBI of the season, only his 2nd extra base hit of the year. He's got 2 doubles. And up comes the left-handed batter, Chase DeLauder, with a runner in scoring position as Orleans leads 8-2 over Hyannis.
And that's the swing that we've been waiting to see from Connor Cox. This is his first RBI since June 28th against Harwich, and he just a solid line drive to left center field. The power that we've been seeing in batting practice that hadn't been on display until now.
Righty on lefty, the pitch. Strike on the outside edge. And the count, no balls and 1 strike to Chase DeLauder. DeLauder, an RBI double back in the 2nd inning in his last at-bat. Scored Connor Cox. And trying to do the same with Cox at second base. 0-1. In the dirt, good block by Pendleton, sliding to his right. Firebirds offense that had put up 39 runs in 3 games and then were held to 2 against the Bourne Braves. Throw back to second. Cox caught off the bag and he's out. Adamiak turned. Cox took his secondary lead, and it's an easy pickoff for Hyannis. There's 2 away, and the bases are cleared in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, Adamiak with the pickoff play where he lifts his front leg up and then pivots off towards second, and Cox got at least a shuffle or 2 off second base, and he was easily caught off guard there. And so a relatively routine pickoff play there from Hyannis catches Cox off the base paths.
The 1-1 to DeLauder. And he swings and blasts one into right center field. That ball is gone. Home run number 6 for Chase DeLauder, and it's 9-2 Orleans in the top of the 4th.
I mean, at this point, what do you do when you face off against Chase DeLauder? This guy is hitting the cover off the ball almost every single time he comes up to the plate, and he belts that one. Got to be at least over 400 plus to right center field, almost where Marcos Pujols hit his home run in the first. But, man, DeLauder becoming one of the best hitters on the Cape right now. He is hitting the cover every time he steps up to the plate.
So the right-handed batter, Tyler Locklear, opening offering, and he swings and misses. Well, DeLauder came into this game leading the Cape in home runs, and he adds another 2 in this inning. The Firebirds lead 9-2, 0-1. Locklear fouls one down the left field line. Technically, Gareth, it's the first ball he's really pulled that's left the field.
That is the first pull side home run.
It wasn't pulled a lot. Just got out over, or not, didn't just get out, but just to the right of center field. 0-2. Locklear swings and spoils one's foul. Straight back. And the count remains no balls, 2 strikes. But technically a pull side home run.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. His first 5 home runs all went to left field, left center field, but that one we got to see him go to the deep part of McKeon Park out in right center field. 390 to straightaway center, and it cleared that by plenty into the trees.
0-2 to Locklear. And he swings and slaps one into right field. Right fielder Elliott going back onto the warning track. He reaches up and makes the catch. 3 hits, an RBI double by Connor Cox, and a solo home run by Chase DeLauder. The Cape Cod Baseball League leader in home runs adds another to his total. He's got 6 on the season. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Orleans adds a pair. They lead 9-2 over Hyannis. Welcome back to the bottom of the 4th inning here on our Orleans Firebirds broadcast network. Carlo Jimenez alongside my partner Gareth Kwok. A cool and cloudy day at McKeon Park, but the bats of the Firebirds are hot. 9 runs on the board as they lead 9-2 over Hyannis. New pitcher on the mound for Orleans, it's Jack Philby, the newest addition to the permanent roster. Philby signed just last night after coming in as a temporary player, making his 5th appearance of the season. Philby will face off against Marcos Pujols, who has the biggest hit of the night for Hyannis, a 2-run home run back in the 1st. The first pitch just misses low. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Philby peeks over the top of the glove, 1-0. Pujols lines one foul down the left field line. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Gareth, are we seeing a shift here for the first time?
It's a slight shift. You got the third baseman Locklear playing in deep short, Blackwell playing almost up the middle, Chanier off to the right.
1-1, big swing and a miss. Pujols ends up with air. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
What you're going to see from Jack Philby out on the mound, he throws from a 3/4 arm slot. Fastball is going to run high 80s to low 90s. Does have a good slider and changeup as well.
Philby agrees with Guillemet's first sign. 1-2. And a swing and a miss. And Marcos Pujols is retired. 7th strikeout by this Orleans pitching staff. First for Jack Philby, and there's one away in the bottom of the 4th.
So Donovan Benoit will end tonight, pitching 3 innings, gives up the 2-run home run, but he strikes out 6 over just 1 walk. Not bad for Benoit, and what is likely his final start in Orleans before the MLB draft.
Switch hitter lefty Mason Greer looks on, opening offering. And he checks his swing and fouls it back to the screen. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. Philby, Orion Kirkering, and Nick Wallerstedt all signed to the permanent roster. 0-1. Misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 3 more bullpen arms for the Firebirds. 1-1. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Benjamin Blackwell to his left. Gloves it behind second base. Fires to first in time. Mason Greer is retired. And there's 2 away. So with 2 outs to open up the bottom of the 4th, it will be Caleb Pendleton, who lined out to the shortstop. Blackwell, first pitch to him. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Pendleton still looking for his first hit. 0-1, just misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Currently 0 for 17 to open up his Harbor Hawks career. Philby likes what Guillemette puts down. 1-1. And a swing and a foul straight back. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. The lights are on. Cloud cover all around. A light mist here in Hyannis. 1-2. Swinging a sharply hit ground ball, left side of the infield. Lockwood, the third baseman, gloves it at the knees. Long throw to first and plenty of time. 1-2-3 go the Harbor Hawks in the bottom of the 4th. Firebirds lead it 9-2 through 4. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson, getting set to talk to skipper Kelly Nicholson. Noah being a real MMJ right now, setting up his own camera before he interviews Kelly.
There we go. There we go. That's how you got to do it.
That's what they teach him at Syracuse. Nicholson standing by. And let's go to Noah Searson.
All right, yeah, appreciate it, guys. So I'm here on the sidelines with the skip himself. Good start to the game in big part because the pitching got a great performance out of Donovan Benoit. Might be his final start here, likely, MLB draft perspectives. But when you think about his performance today, what did you think of it?
Well, hey, the best thing about his performance today is when Grissom went down, he said, hey, I'll take the ball, I'll start today. And he gave us 3 really good innings. And Jack had a nice inning right there. So, hey, a lot of game left. We're swinging the bats well, playing pretty clean defense. So, like I said, we have a lot of game left.
Like you said, a lot of game left. But coming into this one, this could be a big win, not only in the standings, but because you guys have struggled on the road a bit at the beginning of the year. Is that something that you thought of coming into this one, picking up a road win, kind of getting that monkey off your back?
No, not one bit. We just want to come in and command the fastball. We want to throw strikes. We want to put the ball in play, clean defense, and be mindful on the bases. It doesn't matter if we're playing at Hyannis or at Eldridge or in Yankee Stadium. That's what we want to do every time we play.
All right, appreciate it, Skip. Good luck.
You bet, Noah. Thank you.
Good insight from our sideline reporter, Noah Searson, always bringing us the best nuggets. Jalen Nolan on the mound for Hyannis to open up the top of the 5th inning. He's making his 3rd appearance for the Harbor Hawks, and he's coming out of the pen for only the 2nd time this year. In his last outing against YD, he started that game in the 7-1 loss, went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits and 1 run. Gareth, what will we see from Nowlin?
Yeah, Jalen Nowlin where you're going to see he's going to throw from about a three-quarter slot. The lefty, he's got a fastball, and he has a good slider and changeup as well. Three-pitch guy.
First pitch to the lefty, Matt Goodhart. He looks at a ball away. The count 1 ball, no strikes. Allen holds the glove away from the letters, 1-0. And Goodhart swings and slices one down the left field line, and that one lands and rolls all the way to the corner. Goodhart around first, on his way to second. The throw from the left fielder, Hardigan, is offline, and Matt Goodhart has a leadoff double to open up the 5th. For the 4th inning today, 4th time today, Orleans puts the leadoff man aboard. And up comes Julio Marcano with a runner at second and nobody out. Lefty on righty here. Marcano walked and scored back in the second. Goodhart still putting on that glove on his left arm that allows him to slide into bases without hurting his hand. Opening offering. Marcano swings and skies one down the right field line. First baseman Greer running over, looking for it. The right fielder Elliott slides. Did he make the catch? No, he dropped it. And no balls and 1 strike to Marcano.
Yeah, it looked like Elliott had to make a long run from right field. Again, right field foul territory. There's plenty of green grass along the right field line. Had to make a sliding effort. Going to be a tough play, and I think it just popped out of his glove while he was in his mid-slide. So, tough play for Elliott, given how far away he had to come to make that play. And so Julio Marcano gets another chance.
So Marcano eyes Nowlin with Goodhart leading at second. Comes in 0-1. Misses away. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Firebirds team with 9 runs on the board. Kind of what we've come to expect in this offense. This last couple of days. Really this last week, 1-1. Marcano swings and fists one straight back. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Allen with the glove tucked under his right elbow. He deals 1-2. And Marcano swings and misses at a high fastball. And there's one away. First strikeout for Jalen Allen. And with 1 out and a runner in scoring position, up comes Garrett Gilliman. Firebirds have put up double-digit runs twice this year against Catuit in their only road win of the season. They put 12 on the board. First pitch to the right-hander, Garrett Gilliman, on its way. Strike at the knees, and the count, no balls, 1 strike. The other double-digit run game was when they put up 19 on the Brewster Whitecaps at Eldridge Park. Firebirds put 7 home runs over the fence and an offensive explosion. 19 runs, the most any team has scored this season. Goodhart leads at second, 0-1. Gilliman shuffles his feet out of the way. That ball almost gets him. Pendleton moving to his left, able to scoop it up and keep Goodhart at second base, and there's 1 ball, 1 strike. The flag in right is quiet. The lights are on. It's an overcast day here at McKeon Park. 1-1. Off the outside. 2 balls and a strike. Dugouts here at McKeon are on the field. Down the left and right field lines. Kind of an old school dugout. Just a mound of dirt in foul territory. 2-1. Gilliman backs up. Fastball misses inside. And the count, 3 balls and a strike to the 8-hole hitter. Goodhart doubled. Marcano struck out. Firebirds looking to add to their 9-2 lead over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in the top of the 5th. Nowlin looks at Goodhart 3 times. 3-1. Swinging a sharply hit ground ball. One hopper right at the third baseman man. He gloves, gets to his feet. Long throw to first and plenty of time. Guillemette retired. A nice play by the Hyannis defense. And there's 2 gone as up comes Benjamin Blackwell.
Yeah, good play by man to his left. That hop almost kind of took him by surprise. He almost overdove on the bounce there from off the bat of Guillemette. But he was able to recover and make a strong, accurate throw.
So it's up to Benjamin Blackwell, the right-handed batter. Opening offering. In the dirt, gets away for a second from Pendleton, but he picks it up with a bare hand as it squirts to his left, keeping Goodhart at second base. Benjamin Blackwell trying to make sure Matt Goodhart's leadoff double does not go to waste. Blackwell had an RBI single back in the second and came around to score and then struck out to end the third. Orleans 9, Hyannis 2. Firebirds looking for their second road win of the young season. 1-0. And a swing and a 2-chopper ricochets off the glove of Nowlin over towards second base. The second baseman, Romano, can't toss it to first in time. Blackwell will get credited with an infield single. That's his second hit of the ballgame. And there's runners at the corners with 2 outs.
So how about Benjamin Blackwell picking up a couple of hits already today for a guy that had only 4 heading into this ball game, Carlo.
He got some help off the bounce from Nowlin's glove. It was a tough play for the second baseman, Romano, who had to come a long way to get to that baseball. Right-hander Chatinier looks on, and he looks at a first pitch fastball for a strike. Count, no balls and 1 strike. Orleans 9, Hyannis 2, top 5, runners to the corners. Firebirds looking to put up runs and add to their lead. Goodhart 90 feet away. 0-1. And a swing and a slow roller on the ground to third. Man, the third baseman, gloves it off the dirt. Throw to first is off the bag. And scoring is Matt Goodhart. Greer, the first baseman, was pulled off the bag, tried to apply the tag to Peyton Chatinier. And the Firebirds take a 10-2 lead.
Already the 3rd error for Hyannis. Not even halfway done through the game. Already a 2nd error for Luke Mann at 3rd. Just a routine play. Had plenty of time, and he just yanks the throw.
So up comes left-handed batter Jared McKenzie with 2 on and 2 out. First pitch, McKenzie fouls one straight back. Now Orleans brings a run across thanks to an error by Mann at 3rd that looked like a routine play. In an inning where Gareth, he made a lot tougher of a play to retire Gary Guillemette. Firebirds have come up in 5 innings. They've scored in 4. They lead 10-2 over Hyannis. 0-1 off the outside. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Jared McKenzie 0 for 3 with an RBI. 0 for 2, with an RBI. And Nowlin steps off as he looks towards Blackwell at second. Chatinier at first. Orleans brings a run across. They lead 10-2. 1-1. And Blackwell fouls one off down the left field line. Firebirds took on the Bourne Braves in their last game, the best team in the Cape League. And now taking on the worst team, the 2-11 Hyannis Harbor Hawks, and a 10-2 lead in the top of the 5th. Blackwell at second, Chatinier at first. 1-2. Misses away. The count even to Jared McKenzie. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And this is a Hyannis team that, coming into this game, had a .971 fielding percentage, which is fourth best in the league, so they're not a bad defensive team by any means. But when you're 2-11 and you got to play clean baseball, 3 errors in the first half of the game certainly does not help your cause.
2-2. McKenzie spoils one foul. Down the left field line, and we'll try it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got to give credit to the Firebirds. They're taking advantage of the opportunities they've been given, Gareth. It's a team that doesn't leave a lot of guys on the base paths. And Jared McKenzie trying to make sure Chatinier and Blackwell at second don't stay where they are. 2-2. Misses inside. And the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And now Pendleton's going to come out and talk to his pitcher, Jalen Nowlin. Nowlin committed to UAB, University of Alabama. At Birmingham. On a Chipola team that saw 11 players signed to move on to the next level at junior college. At one point, that Chipola team was ranked the best JUCO team in the country. 3-2. McKenzie swings, bloops one over towards second base. The second baseman, Romano, sprinting forward, makes the chest-high catch. That will do it for the top of the 5th. Firebirds bring a run home thanks to an error by the third baseman, Luke Mann, and they lead it 10-2 halfway home here at McKeon Park.
All right, fans, tonight's game is sponsored by Franklin Sports. The Orleans Firebirds would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. To order your favorite team's design or to create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From Cape Cod to the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. Tonight's game is also sponsored by Rogers Gray. Whether it's life insurance to safeguard your loved ones, an umbrella policy to protect your teen driver, or making sure your home is covered from storm damage, Rogers Gray is there to guide you. Insurance is more than just a box to check. Trust Rogers Gray, a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Thanks so much, Gareth. Master PSA reader, Gareth Clark. Nobody does it like you.
My pleasure.
Bottom of the 5th inning coming at you here at McKeon Park. Carlo Jimenez alongside Gareth Clark. And it'll be the bottom of the order for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Mitchell Hardigan, Luke Mann, and Ryan Romano to face Jack Philby, the right-handed pitcher. Hardigan, Mann, and Romano all struck out swinging in their last at-bats. First pitch to the lefty, and he fouls one back. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. That one caught Gillimet on the arm. So he checks out his arm. Looks like he's all right. And John Patala is going to walk out and toss the ball to Philby. Orleans 10, Hyannis 2 on a misty Thursday night. 0-1. Low. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to Hardigan. Hardigan out of Florida Atlantic. 1-1. Gillimet able to block one that skips off the plate. And the count, 2 balls and a strike.
Another left-hander getting loose for Hyannis. Cooper McKeon out of BYU. He's the lone reliever getting warm for Hyannis right now.
2-1. Off the outside. 3 balls and a strike. Hardigan was a collegiate baseball freshman All-American back in 2019. Left-handed batter eyes Jack Philby, who likes the first sign from Gillimet. 3-1. And he swings and slaps one up the middle. Stover towards second. Second baseman Chatinier gloves it, sets his feet, fires to first. And there's one away. So Hardigan retired. And up comes Luke Mann with the bases empty in the bottom of the 5th inning. Man, a part of this struggling Hyannis offense. Again, hitting just 168 as a team for their first 13 games. Opening offering left-handed batter Man misses away. The count 1 ball, no strikes. Luke Mann just 4 for 29 with 17 strikeouts. 1-0. Low. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. Philby having to work in some hitters' counts to open up the bottom of the 5th. 2-0. Misses inside. 3 balls and no strikes to Man. Philby peeks over the top of the glove. 3-0. And that's a 4-pitch walk to Luke Mann. Ball misses downstairs. Man will take first base. And up comes Ryan Romano with 1 on and 1 out. Firebirds and the Harbor Hawks going at it. Used to be the Cardinals and the Mets for 2009. Opening offering to the righty, Romano. Misses upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Now 5 straight balls by Philby.
And left-hander Jake Salm is getting loose for Orleans in the bullpen. He's also getting loose.
Here comes a 1-0. And is swinging a 1 chopper over towards third. Locklear diving, able to stab it to his feet. Goes to first, pulling Goodhart off the bag, who keeps it in front of him. An infield single for Ryan Romano. And there's 2 on for Hyannis. For the top of the lineup, as up comes the right-handed batter, Caden Rose.
Yeah, Tyler Locklear did a great job to keep that ball in the infield. But upon looking at second and realizing he wasn't going to be able to get the lead out, he sort of stumbled getting up. And the throw to first was just going to be too late with Romano getting up the line quickly. So Locklear unable to get out on what was a nice stop initially.
Rose with a single back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Philby's first pitch down the hill. Strike at the knees. Well, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks changed their name to the Harbor Hawks in homage of the Ospreys that sit atop the light poles here at McKeon Park. 1-1. Swing and a miss. The count, no balls and 2 strikes to Caden Rose. At second is Man, at first Romano. Orleans leading Hyannis 10-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Caden Rose with an opportunity with a runner in scoring position. Here comes an 0-2. High fastball laid off. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. You can always tell, though, when catcher Garrett Gillimet likes the pitches that his pitchers miss on. He'll usually point towards them, nod his head a couple of times in approval. He liked that spot from Philby, even though Rose laid off. Philby looks at second, 1-2. Swing and a miss. A nasty breaking ball has Caden Rose down, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, that's that big curveball that Philby likes to throw over the top, and it just spins out of the zone. Hard for a hitter to lay off, and that's going to be it for Jack Philby as here comes manager Kelly Nicholson.
So Philby goes an inning and 2/3, gives up the 1 hit and the 1 walk, and that will do it. And he'll hand off the baseball to fellow UCLA pitcher Jake Somm. We'll step aside and come right back here at McKeon Park. Orleans leading 10-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back to Hyannis. Carlo Jimenez alongside my partner Gareth Kwok bringing you Firebirds baseball. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning and a new pitcher on the mound. It's Jake Somm out of UCLA. Somm making his 5th appearance of the year, a 5.0 ERA in 6 2/3. And he will face the left-handed batter, Clark Elliott. Lefty on lefty. Hyannis with 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 5th, and Somm looking for a big out.
Somm's going to come at you at a low 3/4 slot. Not the high-velocity guy. Mid-80s fastball with a good slider and changeup.
His first pitch to Elliott. And he swings and bloops one left side of the infield. Blackwell, the shortstop, scoops it up. He fires to first, not in time. Clark Elliott able to beat out the slow ground ball to Benjamin Blackwell, and the bases are juiced for Kyle Ball.
Yeah, first pitch nubber off the bat of Elliott that had some serious side spin as well, and Blackwell fielded it with a backhand, had a long throw deep in the hole, and Elliott, who does run well, just a tough play for Blackwell. He did as best as he could there, but Elliott just too fast.
All over 2 today. The right-handed batter looks on. Orleans 10, Hyannis 2. First pitch, strike at the knees. An opportunity here, though, Gareth, for the Harbor Hawks to get back into this ball game with the bases loaded with 2 outs. Somm sent to the belt. His 0-1. And a swing and a fly ball down the left field line. And foul over the top of the net. Ball put a good piece of swing on that one. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Hyannis hasn't scored since the first inning, where Marcos Pujols, who's on deck, hit a 2-run home run. 0-2. Swinging a blooper down the right field line, and that one's going to be a fair ball. Coming in to score is Luke Mann. Behind him, Romano. Stopping at third is Elliott, and it's a 2-out, 2-run double for Kyle Ball. And Hyannis has cut the deficit to 6. It's 10-4 Orleans.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting by Kyle Ball on the fastball on the outside corner, and he didn't really get much legs into that swing. Just kind of poked it out there with all of his upper body, and he's able to drop that perfectly inside the foul line for a 2-run double. And so Hyannis, again, there's still plenty of ball game left, just chipping away at this lead. That's all they can do. And here comes the guy to hit the 2-run home run in the first.
A cleanup man, Marcos Pujols, looks towards Jake Somm. Lefty on lefty, first pitch. Off the outside. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Elliott at third, Ball at second after his 2-run double. Somm's 1-0. Swing and a miss. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pujols out of Dayton, one of the more dangerous hitters in the lineup, leads this team in average and RBIs. And extended his 7-game hitting streak to 8 with that home run in the first. 1-1. Strike on the outside edge. Pujols doesn't agree as he turns, kicks his leg. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes to him. Two in scoring position, 2 out. Orleans leads Hyannis 10-4, 1-2. Swing and a miss, but just getting a piece is Pujols as it goes back to the backstop. And another 1-2 pitch upcoming. Jack Philby started this inning. Struck out Caden Rose, 2 on and 2 out. And Somm trying to get the final out, 1-2. Pulls another foul, back to the padding. And another 1-2 pitch upcoming. Hyannis had 2 hits coming into this inning. They have had 3 in the bottom of the 5th. Trying to slice into the 10-4 Orleans lead. Somm's 1-2. And another foul over towards the Hyannis dugout. And another 1-2 pitch. Pujols named first team All A-10 along with his teammate Benjamin Blackwell at Dayton, who currently stands at the shortstop position for Orleans. 1-2. Pujols lines one down the left field line, foul. 4 straight foul balls, and Solomon Pujols in a battle. Blackwell and Pujols were the first Dayton Flyers to be named first team All-Conference since 2012. The mist picking up a little bit. The lights at full strength. And in the bottom of the 5th, Jake Somdam trying to protect a 10-4 Orleans lead. Is 1-2. Strike 3 at the knees. Down goes Pujols, and that will do it for the bottom of the 5th. 3 hits, 2 runs come across, but 2 are left in scoring position, and the Firebirds' lead is down to 6 through 5. It's 10-4 Orleans over Hyannis.
All right, let's now do our Around the Cape League score update here as we enter the 6th here from McKeon Park. And, well, we are just one of 2 games to be playing right now today on this Thursday here around the Cape. And the only other game happening is out at White House Field in Harwich. YD taking on Harwich, and it's the Mariners that lead 4-0. They are in the bottom of the 3rd in that Eastern Division matchup from White House Field. YD 0, Harwich 4, an early lead in the bottom of the 3rd. Everybody else with an off day, so only 4 teams in action today. Orleans and Hyannis, YD and Harwich, and the other 6 are off. So that is the Around the Cape League score update.
And we had our off day yesterday. How was your off day, Gareth?
It was solid.
Yeah?
Yeah. We had a good time exploring a little bit around the Cape.
Went to the beach?
Yeah. Played a little mini golf as well.
Not beach weather today, though, here at Hyannis, unfortunately.
No, not at all.
Would not be a day to go. And tomorrow, well, I hope I don't see you at the beach tomorrow.
Yeah, you will not find me at the beach tomorrow. Let's just, I'm gonna say that right there and now.
New pitcher on the mound. It's Cooper McKeon pitching at McKeon Park as he will face off against Connor Cox, Chase DeLauder, and Tyler Locklear in the top of the 6th. Orleans 10, Hyannis 4. And the Firebirds, who have scored in 4 of the 5 innings they have come to bat, looking to add to this 6-run lead. Cooper McKeon making his 4th appearance, a 1.92 ERA, one of the best on this struggling Hyannis pitching staff. That as a team, their ERA is north of 5.5. In 4 2/3, he has struck out 9, only walked 1, and just allowed 4 hits. What can we expect from Cooper McKeon?
Yeah, McKeon, the left-hander, going to come at you from a 3/4 arm slot. His fastball going to run low to mid-90s, 91, 92. He'll top out at 95 occasionally. He does have a curveball and a slider, as well as a changeup that he'll throw from time to time. But it's mostly a fastball, and he likes to command his pitches low in the zone and get a lot of ground balls. So that's where he's going to be targeting here against his first assignment, Connor Cox.
Lefty on righty. Cox had a RBI double his last time up. As we open up the top of the 6th inning. Orleans 10, Hyannis 4. First pitch from McKeon. Downstairs. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Cox picking up just his 2nd extra base hit of the season in his last at-bat. He's got 2 doubles. Comes a 1-0. And he swings and drives this one into right center field. Right fielder Rose moving over. He reaches up with a glove and makes the catch. Cox hits one hard, but right towards the center fielder Rose, and there's one away.
Yeah, right now it's a little bit still cloudy, a little bit of fog in here as well. Lights are on. No wind, but there's still a good drizzle of rain here at McKeon Park. So conditions have remained roughly the same.
Left-handed batter Chase DeLauder climbs in, who had a moonshot of a home run his last time up. Opening offering And he swings and misses at a ball in the dirt. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. DeLauder hit it 103 miles an hour off his bat. It's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Base is empty, 1 out, top of the 6th. Orleans 10, Hyannis 4. Here comes an 0-1. And DeLauder swings and drives this one into left center field. Center fielder Rose moving over. This one hops the wall. A hard hit single for DeLauder, cut off by the left fielder Hardigan. His 3rd hit of the ball game. Another 3-hit night for Chase DeLauder, who is the hottest man in this Firebirds lineup. And with 1 out and 1 on, up comes Tyler Locklear.
Yeah, I think what's made Chase so good is he can really hit the ball to all parts of the field. As good as his pull power is, the ability for him to see the pitch late and still drive it the other way and take it into the outfield is going to really pay off for him down the road.
Locklear looks on, opening offering, misses away. And the count, 1 ball, no strikes.
And as a defense, Carlo, you can't just play the shift on the guy like DeLauder when he hits it to all parts of the field. You won't be able to do that when he can hit it right and to left center and left.
1-0. And Locklear swings and pops one up down the right field line. The count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Chase was kind enough to talk to our beat reporter Cole Bradley earlier today. Look out for a feature from Cole coming soon. Give a little tease about what he said, but Cole asked him, have we seen the extent of your power this season? As here comes the 1-1. Locklear taps one off his foot. Foul, and the count, a ball and 2 strikes. And Chase said no. And to think he's hitting balls 103 miles an hour, and the first one he pulls is just to the right of center field. Imagine what happens when he gets a handle on one.
Yeah, that's scary if he thinks he hasn't tapped into his full power potential for opposing pitchers and defenses.
DeLauder leads at first after his single. Locklear looking for his 2nd hit of the night. Orleans leading Hyannis 10-4 in the top of the 6th with 1 out and 1 on. 1-2. Locklear takes the ball downstairs. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Locklear 2nd on the Cape in RBIs with 14. Although hasn't had one in his last 3 ball games. McKeon bent over at the waist. Doesn't agree with 3 straight signs. 4th time's the charm. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Locklear waves at the curveball. He's retired on the strikeout. First one for Cooper McKeon. And up comes Matt Goodhart with 1 on and 2 gone in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, McKeon pulls the string with the curveball. And just a lot of movement, that just spinning downward action. And Locklear, who's been having trouble picking up breaking balls last couple of days. He's been striking out a lot for Orleans.
Left-handed batter Goodhart looks on. DeLauder runs. The pitch is downstairs. The throw from Pendleton's on a hop and off the glove of the shortstop ball. Mark it as stolen base number 4 on the season for Chase DeLauder as he gets into scoring position.
What can't this man do, Carlo?
I was about to say that. What can he do?
He can hit for power. He can hit for average. He can run. He can cover a lot of ground out there, and he can throw and pitch too when need be.
Would you say he's a 5-tool player?
Yes.
1-0 to Goodhart. Takes a strike at the knees. Count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mist is picked up, and Gareth, the visibility from where we're sitting out towards center is a little tough.
Yeah, it's a little bit cloudier out when you want to try and see out toward the outfield and deep outfield. There's definitely some fog rolling in.
1-1 with DeLauder at second. Misses low. And the count, 2 balls and a strike to Matt Goodhart. Orleans 10, Hyannis 4. Top of the 6th inning. Julio Marcano awaiting his turn on deck. Firebirds hope he comes to bat. With 2 outs and Chase DeLauder trying to come home for the 2nd time today. He's a triple away from the cycle. 1-2. Goodhart swings and misses. Excuse me, that was 2-1, and the count evens up. Two balls, 2 strikes. Matt Goodhart. He scored twice and reached in all 3 at-bats. He's 1 for 1 with a double and 2 walks. 8 walks on the season for Goodhart. McKeon sets. Takes 2 looks at DeLauder. 2-2. And a swing and a foul straight back. We'll try it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foghorn going off, out in the distance here at Hyannis. Close to the ports. Pretty cool. First time we've heard that. McKeon's 2-2. Low, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Goodhart. And with 2 outs, DeLauder is going to have a head start at second base. Three-two to the plate. Misses inside, and Goodhart jogs down to first, his 3rd walk of the ballgame.
Right now, Matt Goodhart also making a case for having one of the best eyes on the team. Him and Justin Mickness right now leading the team in the walks department. They are both very patient hitters. They're not going to chase at anything down or up.
First pitch to Julio Marcano. Right-handed batter looks at a strike. The count, no balls and 1 strike. And they kind of go against the grain when you talk about this Orleans team that has taken just 43 walks as a team, which is 2nd lowest on the Cape. Comes an 0-1. And Marcano swings and sends one into center field, a base hit. Rounding third on his way home is DeLauder. The throw-in from Rose is wide. Julio Marcano, with his 5th RBI as a Firebird, makes it 11-4 in the top of the 6th. A 2-out knock. And the Firebirds have now scored in 3 straight innings. Goodhart on to second on the play. And up comes Garrett Guillemette with 2 on and 2 out.
It's just one of those games where everything is clicking for Orleans tonight.
First pitch to the right-handed batter Guillemette. And he swings and fouls it back to the screen. The last 2 innings, Orleans has put up runs with 2 outs. Continuing to battle against this Hyannis pitching staff. Currently leading 11-4 in the top of the 6th. Oh, 1. Downstairs, throw down to first. Snap back throw. Marcano back in time. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Guillemette. That ball called a strike. 11 hits, 11 runs. The guys in camo as they lead by 7. 0-2. Guillemette takes strike 3, and that will do it for the top of the 6th inning. 2 hits, 2 left on, and Julio Marcano brings home Chase DeLauder from second on a 2-out single up the middle. It's 11-4. Orleans leads Hyannis here at McKeon Park.
Hi, I'm Steve Anzoni, owner of Fairway Financial and Cape Cod's Retirement Income Specialist. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, schedule a time to meet with me today.
Get more details at fairwayfinancial.net. That's fairwayfinancial.net.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. Carlo Jimenez alongside my broadcast partner, Gareth Kwok. A foggy day here at McKeon, and the Orleans Firebirds offense has been on fire. 11 runs as they lead 11-4 over Hyannis. Third game this season. The Firebirds have put up double-digit runs. Left-handed batter Mason Greer looks on. First pitch, fastball in there for a strike. And the count, no balls and one strike to him. Greer out of Missouri State. 0 for 2 today. 0-1. Misses away. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Greer yet to put on a Missouri State uniform, though. Transferring there from McLean College. 1-1. Downstairs. The count, 2 balls and a strike. McLean Community College winning the JUCO World Series. And Mason Greer, a national champion. 2-1. Off the outside. The count, 3 balls and a strike. Missouri State will be his third circle in as many years playing collegiate baseball. 3-1. Misses downstairs, and on to first goes Mason Greer with a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 6th. Greer was at Auburn, then transferred to McLean, and now heading to Missouri State. So with 1 on and nobody out in the bottom of the 6th, up comes Caleb Pendleton. Was lined out to short, grounded out to third. He's like that left side of the infield. Lefty on a righty as Som peeks in. Opening offering. At the knees for a strike. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Pendleton 0 for 18 on the season. It's been a nightmare kind of start for him. 0-1, swinging a foul. Check that new batter in, Ryan Proto. You just hear the announcement.
Yeah, Proto's going to pinch hit here for Pendleton. With a runner on first. Nobody out. Harborhawks perhaps now trying to get some spark off the bench.
Proto just activated this Wednesday. 0-2. Strike 3 on the inside. Down goes Ryan Proto. And there's 1 gone with 1 on in the bottom of the 6th. Som picks up strikeout number 2 on the night. And now the lineup card is flipped. Check that. Now comes up Mitchell Hardigan. Tom looks at first. His opening offering to Hardigan. Below the knees, and the count 1 ball, no strikes. Hardigan grounded out to second back in the 5th inning. Then he at first, his Greer after his leadoff walk. 1-0. Swinging a little looper up the middle and into center field, a big hit. Mitchell Hardigan picks up a knock, and Hyannis with 2 on and a runner in scoring position in the bottom of the 6th inning. Up comes the left-handed batter, Luke Mann. Hyannis with an opportunity to bring some runs home against Jake Somm, something they did back in the 5th. Kyle Ball poked one down the right field line, picked up a 2-run double. And now Mann comes up to bat. He was on the back end of that double, one of the RBIs for Ball, and he'll look to pick up an RBI with Greer at second and Hardigan at first. Opening offering. Misses away. The count 1 ball, no strikes. Gareth, it seemed like in that last half inning, skipper Kelly Nicholson was asking home plate umpire John Patala about the fog here at McKeon. 1-0. A foul back to the screen.
Yeah, I think that was perhaps one of the possible ideas of the conversation. It is getting foggier. The drizzle still misting sideways. It's actually misting up towards home plate. So these weather conditions playing a factor.
1-1 from Somm. Downstairs for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Definitely makes it a little harder to grip that baseball. It's not rain. It's just a light mist, but it's been consistent since the first pitch. 2 on, 1 out. 11-4 Orleans leads Hyannis. 2-1. Low. 3 balls and a strike. Greer walked. Ryan Proto struck out, and Mitchell Haniger singled up the middle. Orleans Firebirds looking to pick up road win number 2 in game 14 on the season. 3-1. And here's a swing and a high fly ball into right center field. Right fielder Delano going back, and it lands in front of him onto the track. 1 run comes around third to score in Greer. Following him is Hardigan. The throw in, no. Goodhart hangs on to it. And it's a 2-run double for Luke Mann. And the Orleans lead trimmed down to 5. It's 11-6 Hyannis.
Yeah, Luke Mann sitting on a 3-1 fastball, and that's exactly what he gets. Right over the middle of the plate, and he belts it into the mist, into the fog, to right center field, a 1-hopper to the fence. And the lead is trimmed down to 5, and that is going to be it for Jake Somm.
So Somm leaves, and in comes a new pitcher for Orleans. We'll step aside and come right back here on our Orleans Firebirds broadcast network. 11-6, Hyannis adds 2 more in the bottom of the 6th inning. Welcome back to the Orleans Firebirds Broadcast Network. Carlo Jimenez alongside my partner Gareth Kwok, and a new pitcher on the mound to open up in here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the right-hander Connor Housley. Housley reportedly in the transfer portal. Last school he was with is Tennessee, and he'll try to get a couple of outs in the bottom of the 6th. Jake Somm gave up the walk to Greer, struck out Proto. Hardigan singled up the middle, and then Luke Mann did the damage. A 2-run double to right center that made this Orleans lead 11-6. As Housley will face off against the right-handed batter, Ryan Romano, the 9-hole hitter. Housley making his 5th appearance with Orleans. And his opening offering. Swing and a miss. Count no balls, 1 strike. Connor Housley always makes great appearances on Pentalk with Noah Searson. He has some hot takes.
Sure does.
0-1. Skips in. Guillemette watches it skip off his glove over towards the Orleans on-deck circle. On to third goes Luke Mann. And so a wild pitch by Housley moves Mann 90 feet closer. And now a sacrifice fly in play with 1 out. Orleans 11, Hyannis 6th. High-scoring baseball here at McKeon Park. 1-1 to Romano. On the top of the zone for a strike. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think Housley's hottest take has got to be that a hot dog is a sub. Not a sandwich, but a sub. Here's a 1-2. Misses high. Now, oftentimes people will argue, hot dog's a hot dog. It's not a sandwich. Connor Housley says it's a sub.
I don't know if I'd agree with Connor on that.
You're not having it?
No.
2-2 to the plate. Guillemette able to block one that skips. And they count 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Romano. So is a hot dog?
Yeah.
It's not a sandwich.
No, it's hot dog's a hot dog, man. I think everyone on Pentalk was definitely overthinking it.
Runner at third is Mann. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Romano. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Housley gets Romano to chase. And there's 1 away. 2 away in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, Housley, who's one of the harder throwing right-handers in the Orleans bullpen, he has a fastball that's going to go low mid-90s. He'll sit around 93, 94, and you have a hard slider with the changeup as well to mix into that combination, and he gets Romano on the slider.
Caden Rose, the right-handed batter, swings at the first pitch, skies it into right field. DeLauder going back, looking in to the fog. He reaches up and makes the catch right before the track, and that will do it for the 6th inning. We'll head to the 7th. Gareth Kwok will take us the rest of the way. But first, let's go to Noah Searson. Noah, what do you got?
Yeah, appreciate it, Carlos. So Orleans gave up a couple runs there, but still a comfortable pad, 11-6, 5-run ball game. And coming into this one, all the relievers were considered hot, which means they were able to pitch today. But I wouldn't be shocked if Skip decided to trot out Jeff Pramel once again at some point. Reason being, Pramel, frankly, has struggled in his first couple outings. In just 3 innings pitched, he's allowed 6 runs with only 2 strikeouts. But watching him, he's thrown a couple bullpens before games and during games. And he's been working with Coach Troop a lot with a special ball that tracks the RPM of a pitch. Now, RPM has kind of been a buzzword recently. We're hearing it in the discussion regarding rosin and sunscreen in the MLB. But it's also just a great barometer for pitchers to use to see, how efficiently they're pitching. And for Pramel, how his curve is working. And when Troop has been working with him, it's a matter of he really wants him to get that spike curve down. And, Pramel definitely has the ability. It's funny, just a couple games ago, he has hands so big that he showed us he can hold 6 baseballs. Yeah, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 baseballs in one hand, which is just absolutely mind-boggling. So if he can get that grip down get that spike curve down, he could turn into a very, very nasty pitcher and a very effective asset for Coach Kelly down the stretch.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. Well, right now, we're supposed to head into the top of the 7th, but the Hyannis defense has not taken the field, and there's a big discussion going on along the third base side between manager Gary Calhoun of Hyannis and manager Kelly Nicholson of Orleans, as well as the umpires. And we may think that this is because of the fog that has certainly increased here at McKeon Park. The visibility is certainly not very good right now here in Hyannis, and the mist is continuing to come down from the sky. But I think the more of the issue here, Carlo, is the fog, and I think the umpires, not sure if they're going to call this game or if they're going to postpone or delay this game, but I think that is why manager Gary Calhoun is upset right now. He had his hands out upon receiving the news from the umpires, and I think it's because of the fog. Right now, there's still no official word about what we're going to do here, but right now the defense has not taken the field. And now we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Noah Sears. And Noah, you got an update for us?
All right, guys, so I'm on the sidelines here. Unclear exactly what's going on, but, for those who aren't watching or listening at home, it's gotten, especially over the last inning or so, extremely foggy. So the umps met up, both managers met up to discuss whether or not you can play in this weather. You can see at the base level pretty well, but if you look into the sky, the lights only do so much. And once the ball gets up there, it's extremely hard to see. So it sounds like we may be in some sort of fog delay, which is kind of hilarious. It seems like at this point in the season, we've gotten literally every single kind of weather thrown at us. But until we get any further notice from the umpires or the skip himself, who he's disappeared at some point, it seems like we'll be sitting around until this fog either leaves or at this point, 11-6 ball game in favor of the Firebirds. It could be called a victory, guys.
All right. Thanks so much for that, Noah. And, the players is still not taking the field, and it has gotten increasingly foggy here at McKeon Park. The drizzle and the mist continuing to come down. And so we are right now in a bit of a fog delay here at McKeon Park. The umpires right now talking to one of the Hyannis coaches along the third base side. You have all the players right now. All the Orleans players are in the dugout, and they're just hanging out in there. Meanwhile, it's foggy, and all the Hyannis players are in the dugout as well. A couple of guys out there in the bullpen as well. But we are right now in a fog delay.
Yeah, Gareth, it's really hard to see. We saw Chase DeLauder on that ball to right kind of look up into the air and put his hands up. And not sure when we're going to come out of this fog delay. But it should be interesting.
So we're in a fog delay, and right now we're gonna bring in our team writer here, Cole Bradley. He's just swapped the headset with our Carlo Jimenez. And Cole, you wanna let the fans know what you've been up to with your articles lately. Can you give everybody a sneak preview of what's to come?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been talking to a lot of players recently, and as Noah said in the pregame show, I was able to catch up with Chase DeLauder and talk to him about just his power and how he's been swinging it so far, how he feels about it. And obviously you saw the pull side homer tonight. That's his first that he's pulled this season, which is huge because, and Carlo mentioned it earlier, but at some point during my interview with him, I asked him, do you feel like we've seen the full extent of your power? And in quotes, he said, absolutely not, which I just was like blown away a little bit by, but also not surprised because this is Chase we're talking about, and we've seen him hit bombs all summer. So it's been really fun to get to know those guys. I obviously got to talk to Garrett Guillemette and Justin Mickness about
catching and framing, that piece is out as well. It was really fun to get to know those guys, and just this is a good group of guys for sure. I've had a lot of fun writing about them. I'm going to continue to have fun. We talked to, I think you were on the field with me when we talked to Ben Blackwell, and he said he's never been a part of a team where they've gelled so quickly and they've gotten along together so well, and he says that's such a rare thing, and that was sort of a telling sign about this team. They all get along really well, and they have a lot of fun, which I think is awesome, especially from a fan perspective if you are a fan, and then just even being able to cover it. It's always a joy to see that happen. So that's sort of what I've been up to. But this is sort of the first time for me I've ever been on a headset, and I'm not going to lie, I'm trembling right now.
You look good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It feels really, really scary. So, but I'm having a lot of fun. This is maybe I should do this more often when Gareth and I go back to ASU. I'm going to have to sneak into the press box and call a couple innings with them.
You might. Carlo, we got Carlo now here on our crowd mic. You want to test out our mic for us, by the way?
How am I sounding, guys?
You're sounding absolutely fantastic.
All right.
If you're just joining us here, we are in the top of the 7th. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks and the Orleans Firebirds. Firebirds leading 11-6, and we are right now in a fog delay, and we have an update now here from our sideline reporter, Noah Sears. And Noah, what do you got for us?
All right, guys, so I got a little bit of an update. I've just spoken with Coach K, the skip. We are officially in a fog delay, which is something that I've never seen before, but the way it's going to work, similar to a rain delay, there's a time limit. It's going to be 15 minutes is how long we're going to wait. And if the fog doesn't clear up at all, as the skip said, it's a Firebirds win. It doesn't seem like it's clearing up at all. It's only gotten worse over the last 20 minutes. And if they do decide to play, it's going to be really tough because, anything in the air is going to be almost impossible to see. And additionally, even just standing here, your hands get a little bit wet, a little moist. It's going to be a lot harder to grip the baseball. So, we're waiting 15 minutes at this point to see whether or not we play, but it seems extremely unlikely that we'll return to play. If I get any other updates, though, I'll update you guys, and I'll send it back to the booth where I see Carlo dancing. I see you, dog. You're busting a move. Love to see it. Glad you guys are having some fun in the booth.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. That's our latest update here. We're in a fog delay, and we've been in this delay for about 5 minutes, so. And I'd have to agree that the fog has not really gotten any better. It's only gotten worse. It's still pretty foggy, and so we'll wait it out, and we'll continue to update those who are still listening about what's going on here between Orleans and Hyannis in this 14th game of the Cape League. Boys, I think we've seen everything here.
Yeah.
We've encountered all the elements: the sun, the rain.
Carlo's got a mosquito on his face right now. I'm just going to take the time to let him know that.
Is it off?
Yeah,
yes,
it's gone.
Yes, you're good.
It's gone. You're good now.
We've encountered, I think, everything, and it's a good thing that we brought this. We brought the tent here.
Yeah,
we almost didn't bring it.
Yeah, we didn't almost, but I figured that it would be good just in case because of this mist. That's continuing to come down here. So.
Yeah.
Well, they say there's nothing like the Cape, and I can't say they've been wrong because there's really nothing like what we've seen.
So far, it's been everything and then some, I'd say.
Well, the good thing is, if we haven't seen it all, we got a tropical storm coming in tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Watch out.
Well, that is what the forecast is showing.
Board up your windows. It's going to be a rough one tomorrow.
That is what the forecast is showing. It's we're supposed to be on the road at Brewster tomorrow night, 5 p.m. First pitch. We'll have pregame at 4:45. Although that might be again. Stay posted to our social media channels and stay posted to that for updates about what tomorrow's game. And then home against Falmouth on Saturday. But, of course, the rain playing a factor here on the Cape. We've already had a couple of rainouts. No makeups here in the Cape Cod Baseball League. So
It's a bummer. It's a bummer for sure.
Yeah.
And can't say I expect. I mean, we're all West Coast guys.
Yeah.
We came out here, and this much rain I've never experienced in my life.
Yeah, we should ask our analytics intern, Jackson Thomas. He's from the Pacific Northwest. He knows all about crazy weather. Rain, snow, typhoons.
Typhoons?
They get it all in Washington.
Yeah,
Typhoons?
You've seen a lot of rain, but have you ever seen this much rain?
I've never seen this much rain before.
Good question.
Wow. Wow. The guy from the Northwest has never seen this much rain. Well, we got Jackson here. Might as well ask him a couple of questions.
Yeah, why not?
Benoit looked good today. Final start for Orleans. What'd you see out of him?
Saw a lot of good, well-placed sliders in the strike zone, a lot of whiffs. Benoit had 8 whiffs on the day.
Oh.
He was dominant of the Harbor Hawks. Didn't
Cheddar.
stand a chance. Filled up the strike zone.
He did look good. I mean, this is a Hyannis team that, strikes out 12 times a game, but Benoit made him look foolish, as unfortunately they have all year.
Yeah, without a doubt. Benoit got 7 Ks in 3 innings. They didn't really stand a chance. But he's a little slow to the plate, got a couple of stolen bases on him, but didn't matter. Mowed him down.
So you wouldn't put those on Garrett Guillemette. You'd put them on Benoit's time to the plate.
Correct. Benoit is pretty below average to the plate. Guillemette has no chance, even with his throwing cannon.
Got it.
Wow.
Good to know.
Well, thank you. So Jackson, by the way, is for those that are listening. He's the one coming in with those exit velocities. He's crunching the numbers for us behind the scenes. So you're wondering how do we get all those exit velos in the distance so fast? Well, we're not psychics.
We got a guy for that.
We got a guy for that. We got a guy for that. So he's the guy.
A pretty good guy at that.
We have a development here, folks. Both managers are making their way out to home plate.
Cole, give us a play-by-play.
I got this, okay? Both managers are making their way out to home plate to have a conference with the umps. We'll see if this thing gets called momentarily. I haven't seen this much fog since I breathed into my glasses the other day.
And I think they're going to call it.
Yep.
Kelly Nicholson has shook hands with Gary Calhoun, and we are going to end this game by a final score of 11-6. Orleans is going to win it in 6 innings, and it will be called early due to fog here in McKeon Park in Hyannis.
Well, guys, I have to say it was a pleasure getting a chance to sit down at the table and call not even a half inning, but just a fog delay. This was the greatest moment of my life.
Wow, of your life?
Yeah, it's up there for sure. I'll say that.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
This was very fun. We should do this again. Noah is currently.
Noah Searson is standing by. Noah, what do you got for us?
All right, guys, official word from the sideline. This game has been called. It's going to be an 11-6 victory in favor of the Orleans Firebirds. Firebirds packing it up right now. Also just enjoyed a bunch of donuts courtesy of the hole-in-one. It's going to be only the second road win of the season and a much-needed one at that. They'll head into a matchup against Brewster, rolling on all cylinders. And as Skip said, let's pack it up. Let's go home. Let's get going. That's the update I got. I'm going to try to grab Donovan Benoit for an interview real quick. So I'll hand it back to you, Gareth.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. And again, this game is final after 6 innings. Orleans wins 11-6 over Hyannis, and they improve to a record of 7-5-2. Harbor Hawks go to 2-12 on the season for the worst team on the Cape. And Orleans picks up their second road win of the year. And stay tuned. We got our Birds post-game show coming up. Noah Searson's going to try and grab Donovan Benoit. We'll step aside with Chase DeLauder. So stay tuned for our Birds post-game show when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. All right, back here on the Birds post-game show, and I'm sitting here now with James Madison, right fielder Chase DeLauder. Chase, another big game for you. It seems you're becoming a regular here on the post-game show. Another home run, your 6th of the summer. You had an RBI double. You had 2 runs batted in on the game today. I mean, what's just been the secret to your success so far these past couple of days?
Really, a lot of it's kind of just my confidence level at the plate. Like, I'm going up there with all the confidence in the world that I'm going to hit any of these guys. I'm seeing the ball well, and I feel like I'm getting in good counts to get my pitches to hit.
Yeah, and what's been, this was your first time with the pull side home run. You hit it out to right center field. Just what was you looking for at the plate, and what resulted in that being over right center field?
To be honest, since I hit the double off him, I was like, there's no way he gives me fastballs. He comes first pitch fastball away. I was like, maybe he will. Change up in the dirt, and then I was like, I was selling out dead red slider, dead red changeup. And out of the hand, I was like, oh, God, that's a fastball down the middle. And I just got a good swing on it.
What's been the difference for you? Because the first week of the season, you kind of still look like you're adjusting to a bit of the wood bat, and just maybe the pitching was getting more difficult. But it's seeming like now you're putting solid contact every time you're at the plate. What's been the difference for you?
Honestly, just staying to myself, not trying to do too much, trying to have the same swing every time I go to the plate.
All right, and before we let you go, you told us yesterday that you were going to go golfing on the off day. So how'd it go with you and Jared?
We ended up not going. We ended up not going.
It didn't happen.
Yeah,
all right.
It didn't happen.
All right, well, maybe down the road. But, Chase,
yeah,
congratulations on the win. We'll see you out there tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, Chase DeLauder with us. And standing by now with our sideline reporter, Noah Searson, who is standing by with Donovan Benoit. Noah, take it away.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Garrett. So I'm on the sidelines right now with the starting pitcher, the winning pitcher for the Orleans Firebirds today, Donovan Benoit. And Donovan, I spoke with Kelly a bit earlier, and this game originally was slated to be a Marquise Grissom Jr. start. Grissom unfortunately re-injured. His back, was unable to play. But he told me right away, you said, this is the game that I want. I'll fill in right away, and you kind of stepped up. What made you want to step up right away into this spot?
Well, with the draft coming up, I thought it would be a good idea to kind of fill in for somebody and not ruin anybody else's routine. So I said, yeah, I'll definitely take over that Thursday spot. And so I get to go home a little bit earlier, get prepared for the draft, and I get to help the team out with a couple innings.
Absolutely, and we'll all be excited to watch the draft and hopefully hear your name called. But when you reflect on your past couple weeks prior here in Orleans and your time as a Firebird just in general, because you've spent a lot of time here, what will you miss most about being in Orleans, interacting with the fans, and playing with all these great guys?
I'm definitely going to miss the guys and the coaches. This is just such a great environment out here. You become really close with the guys because you're at the field every single day for a lot of hours. Really going to miss Coach Kelly and Coach Troop. Those guys have been awesome for me. And just the city of Orleans, it's awesome. It's everything's close. All the people are friendly, and it's Cape Cod. It's an awesome experience.
Yeah, Cape Cod baseball really doesn't get much better than that. Donovan, thank you so much for not only this game but your time this season. Wishing you the best of luck in the draft. I know all Firebirds fans are extremely excited with what your future holds. That's all we got, though, Gareth, here on the sideline, so I'll send it back to you for the conclusion. This one, another Firebirds win, rolling into Brewster tomorrow on a win.
All right, thanks so much, Noah, who was standing by with Tulane right-hander Donovan Benoit. Benoit, who likely made his last start in an Orleans Firebirds uniform this week, and we hope that he gets his name called in the draft very soon. Draft beginning on Sunday, and so Donovan representing all of us here at the Firebirds family and the community, hoping that we get to see Donovan in the bigs very soon. But I'm back here with my partner Carlo Jimenez here on the Birds post-game show. Firebirds winning 11-6 in 6 innings. Game called early due to fog. The fog has remained here at McKeon Park in Hyannis, and they have called the game due to fog. And for Orleans, it's their 7th win of the year, their 2nd road win on the season. And they will have another road game tomorrow at Brewster, and that first pitch will be at 5 p.m. But, Carlo, let's wrap this one up. Another solid performance offensively for Orleans. And it's Chase DeLather who's just been continuing to take the headlines here for the Firebirds right now for the Cape League Player of the Week.
Yeah, you said it best after his double. Like, what can this guy do wrong? Not much right now. I think, if you look back on this one, you're going to say it was a good offensive performance, probably what the Firebirds expected, 11 runs against a team that's struggling on the mound. But I think one area you're going to see hopefully some improvement is 6 runs against the Hyannis team that put up 2 runs in their previous 4 games combined. That's not the best for Orleans to give up 6 to a struggling ball club who only hits 167 in the batter's box. So there's still stuff to take away to improve on, but overall, Firebirds came in and did what they needed to do, and that's get a win.
They got to win, and in a clustered East Division right now, they have to keep winning. YD and Brewster, and right now that East Division in general, all those teams, even the last place team right now in Harwich, right now every team is within a game or 2 of each other, 2 or 3. I mean, that's still not many at all. It's still early in this Cape League season, but teams you have to win. You got to beat the teams you got to beat, and Orleans certainly did that tonight, putting home 11 runs on 11 hits. With no errors, Hyannis with 6 runs on 7 hits and 3 errors, and it will take us to tomorrow when Orleans visits Stony Brook Field, and we'll take on the Brewster Whitecaps, 5 p.m. first pitch. Pregame here at 4:45. And again, weather pending. Supposed to storm tomorrow, but please stay updated to our social media channels. We're on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and so make sure you stay updated for all the latest weather updates and game status updates for tomorrow's contest against Brewster. That is going to do it for us here at McKeon Park. For my partner Carlo Jimenez, our sideline reporter Noah Searson, and our producer Matt Schenfeld, I'm Gareth Kwok saying so long from Hyannis here at McKeon Park. You've been listening to this presentation of Orleans Firebirds baseball here on the Birds Broadcast Network. The Firebirds win over the Harbor Hawks 11-6 here on Thursday.